hello, chat. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you may be. And if you're joining me in the same general time zones, welcome to Friday the 13th. Friday, some Friday Night Magic. Hopefully we don't hit the bad luck that is Friday the 13th. We're playing Red Prison, Pyro Prison, the red deck of choice for control matchups. Here it is. We're also doing some interesting different things tonight, because on Friday sometimes we get a little loose, play a little interesting magic, and get something a little more spicy in here. What do we got today? We're playing the Red Prisons, but we got a few things that we've changed around to try cards to see what's going on in the meta and to start to target the meta like we do about every 3 months, where we look at what's going on and see if we can't beat the game. We have 21 lands, 4 rituals. Grab these Simian Spirit Guides. 8 rituals. 12 lock pieces. The 12 lock pieces does not change at all. It is the core of the deck. Chandras and PA and Kieran Alars. I actually have missed this card enough that it's coming straight back into the deck as a 2 of, not just a singleton. Goblin Rabblemaster Scab Clans making the choice to be in the main here. MVP recently. Gonna see how that works out for us. A Braid, Slagstorm, Sweltering, Collective Defiance. Let's read this card real briefly, as this is one of the more newer cards. And a few people have been suggesting it, so on Friday, let's give it a shot. Collective Defiance is a 3 mana costed, similar to Anger, Sweltering Suns, etc., with 1 generic and 2 red. It has Escalate of 1, so you could pay 4, essentially, and do 1 or more. And basically, the idea is the target player discards all cards in their hand, then draws that many. We'll see how that one works. We can do 4 damage to target creature. I'm imagining as long as nothing's super bugged, we should be able to do that twice. We could also do Collective Defiance deals 3 damage to opponent or planeswalker, in which case this might help us with some of the planeswalkers we run into. With that being said, I did consider cutting Spyglass, but I've kept it in not just for planeswalkers, but for other cards. Sideboard is looking pretty traditional at this point. 4 Eidolons here. It's our aggro package, as Magic Online goofs up here. Anger of the Gods is for the control. We have a pair of Chain Whirlers. They've moved from the main to the sideboard. We're not seeing as many tokens as we think we should. 1 Storm Breath to help with the blue-white or Jeskai matchups. Damping Matrix has been doing relatively well, and with KCI coming up, we'll go ahead and play this. It does not hit the KCI pieces that we care about. It hits the pieces that remove us. Torpor Orbs are a really good card for all these ETB creatures we're running into. Spyglass we mentioned. Damping Sphere, not for any particular reason. And that is it. I think that's all we got to talk about. Mutavault's also made it into the main. Don't ask me why. I'm not a fan of that card. But you got to try things that you believe will work. And we believe we just need an extra 2 points of damage. Happy Friday, chat. Let's get this going. Let's get our own version of FNM going on here. And if you are joining at your FNM, just catching us briefly before round 1, or perhaps round 5, well, good luck to you in your endeavors. Probably in about 1-2 hours or so, we'll start hearing how people's results are going. And so we'll see how you guys are doing on your Friday night. Hopefully doing well and bringing home the booster packs. Also, quick shout out to Karn, MTG Bot, getting us that statistics, telling us where we are in the league. We're going to keep this hand, and we kept the draw, or the play, all the good stuff. Scry till you die. Am I the first one here? Well, I mean, MTG Bot posted first, but you are the first human here. Welcome. How you doing? Fridays are always a little bit slower. We have an Inquisition to start us off here. But indeed, you are the first one here. Welcome. How is your Friday? It's usually a bit slower. I usually almost get through a first league before people start showing up. Alright, well, we're going to challenge this with a Rabblemaster. appears to be a Mardu-based list across from us, so Mardu will have a slight problem with Rabble Master. They don't have as many removals, although this could eat a lightning bolt here. If they wanted to play Young Pyro, that's got to be put on a hold, I'm sure. 1 red. Forked Bolt, similar card. And an Inquisition. They probably take Sweltering Suns. Okay. This is where a Mutavault would have been nice. Just punch in for a little extra damage there. If we see Young Pyro or a Lingering Souls, we'll keep Sweltering Suns. If we see neither of those, we're going to actually try to use Sweltering Suns to find our 4th mana here. Alright, we're going to do that. Cycle here. Looking for our 4th mana. And we find it. Perfect. Slagstorm's not a bad draw right after. Not a bad draw right after. Go ahead and play Chandra. They've got to know this is coming here. And we'll tick up for damage here. We're just trying to whittle them down here. Slagstorm can go to face, can clear out whatever might be the problem cards. No bolt from our opponent, which is a good sign here. 3 mana, Faithless Looting, still looking for some action. 2 more tick-ups and we'll be at a emblem for Chandra. If given the opportunity, we will emblem immediately. Opponent pitches Blood Moon and Sacred Foundry here. I'd be surprised if they Thoughtseize or Inquisition, but they go ahead and do so. A Rabble Master's great here. We'll just see if we find another one. We do not. We'll get our Rabble Master down here and attack for 2. Immediately. No FNM tonight. Going to SCG Warsister tomorrow with Pyro Prison. Thanks for the great content, Fluffy, as always. Thank you for stopping by and good luck at SCG Warsister. I think, your post either in Discord or MTG Salvation, one or the other. So good luck. I think you were asking for a few tips on your list. I don't remember. Let's see what our person's got. A Young Pyro. So we could kill Young Pyro here. They would get a token. We'd get to attack in. Yeah, this weird bridge. I'm trying to remember if this is the right play to kill this or go for it here. If we kill this, they like bolt us or something like that. They bolt Chandra, they bolt Rabble Master here. They get 1 token. Maybe I just go up and plan to play bridge right after this. What does ticking up get us? We have no idea what's on top, obviously. We could also just tick up and swing with a few goblins here. That might not be bad. Scab Clan's actually really good. We'll go ahead and play Scab Clan and then just attack with, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's just attack with everything. They have to trade with Goblin if they have nothing here. Maybe Goblin Bull to make a token. They moved to blockers here. I like where this is going. Renowned. Oh, before the Renowned trigger. Oh, Fatal Push. Alright, alright, alright. We do have Chandra at 7, though, so we can emblem attack and place the bridge down. I think between rounds I'm going to check on... I hear something funny. I guess some Lingering Souls would be a problem here. Only in the capacity that they're going to be blockers. Opponent concedes. Concedes, chat. Top deck would have been a Chandra. We'd emblem Chandra. Ooh, there's our collective Defiance. Alright, Storm Breath comes in. Chain Whirlers come in. Angers can come in here. Eidolons come in here. And pretty much everything else we don't care about. Rituals come out. Bloodmins come out. And then we have 2 more. We'll take 2 bridges out and run this. Let me go check on that noise, and I will be right back. Alright, chat. We're going to keep this hand. Alright, Inquisition from our opponent. Alright, let's play a mountain here, pass the turn. We do have 2 chalices here. We'll luckily get one of these unless they have a double Inquisition Thoughtseize here. Pithing Needle. Okay, they can name Chandra. That's fine. We have a couple of braids still in the main. I don't mind getting a chalice down on 1 because it doesn't really affect our game plan at all. It does affect our opponents though quite a bit. This will also protect the rest of our hand here, and we are hoping to draw a land here. Opponent gets a basic swamp. Doesn't matter to us. We don't have any more blood moons in the deck. Getting something down on 2. That is fine here. Even a braid. We'll go ahead and braid actually the Pyromancer. We're not so worried about the Pithing Needle. We have a numerous amount of ways to win here, and we're not concerned about winning through Chandra. Faithless Looting is countered here. Opponent does appear to be getting things ready for maybe a Bedlam Reveler. I don't think we want to actually put a chalice on 1 or on 2, so we'll actually put another one on 1 just to be redundant. Avoid that Culligan's command or a braid of their own. We are at the point though we would prefer to have had a land by now. Once again, our opponent is filling their graveyard in case they draw Bedlam Reveler, it appears. Play our Eidolon here and pass turn. Eidolon's a good draw here. We can put a little pressure on. Slagstorm and Collective Defiance can go to face here. They have 4. So we have a Bedlam Reveler that costs 3? No, 4. Simian Spirit Guide's a little odd here. If they were to make us... might be a K command, kill, and destroy a chalice, or make us discard. If we discard, I'll just discard like an anger here. There's no real reason to keep an anger. We're going to keep this Collective Defiance and see if we can do something with it. There is a... Target player discards a card and then deals 2 damage to any target. We'll discard an anger here. There is a case to actually go for this and make them discard their cards, thinking that they have a Bedlam Reveler. Bedlam Reveler we could kill though. So maybe we don't worry about it. Alright, we'll allow them to play Bedlam Reveler if they have it. Making them discard though is kind of interesting. And maybe they have Lingering Souls. Maybe that's what they've been looking for, white mana. Alright, Lingering Souls is found here. There's a Chandra that's a dead card right now. We could really use a land at this point. We have Slagstorm and Anger, and they don't really have a way to get rid of it out of our hand, so we won't worry about it. They won't cast the other half of Lingering Souls. They do know about Slagstorm and the Anger here. Land for our opponent. Cast another Lingering Souls. A land here would be great. Good stuff. I think we'll go ahead and cash in 1 Anger here so far. There's a Bedlam Reveler. They have no idea about this Collective Defiance here. Find another land. I think it is actually worth trying this Pia and Kiran Alar. It'll give us bodies. We can either do some blocking here. We also have a pretty powerful collective Defiance that we can mess with here. This is another K command in order to maybe remove a Chandra or something like that. Or remove PA and Kieran. We will do those 2 cards. Chandra's doing really nothing for us here. Opponent's down to 1 card here. I really do wonder if I can do 3 of the same mode. We're gonna let this hit us. No fear. I'm a little surprised they didn't do a Lingering Souls before. There's a Lingering Souls. I guess we can just kind of hold back here. We can play all these. We might actually consider doing this to ourselves. We'll play defensive with our Thopters here. So we can do 4 to this. We can discard our own hand. We can Defiance. We might want to discard our own hand to draw those cards. Let's do 1 and 1 here. It's another Lingering Souls. So here we're probably going to use Slagstorm next turn. I think I hold a land here so we can get more value. We'll do 3 to every creature here. Alright, so we're going to get to use Collective Defiance. We're going to probably, unless we have some like Haymaker card here, like Storm Breath, we're going to use it on ourselves to actually cycle 3 of our cards away. And hopefully get us back in the game here. And ideally they won't have an instant speed spell, or they won't remember to cast it. And we will get them with that. I can't imagine Eidolon's a Haymaker spell, so let's escalate 3 modes here. And let's do... We're going to discard our own, we're going to damage Bedlam Reveler, and we're going to do 3 to them. And see if they have any answer here. Any instant speed answer. If they have a Terminate, they could Terminate a Spirit and save this. Nice. We find another Collective Defiance and a land. We have a Chandra that's useless. We'll probably do the same thing again. I'm not going to play the land, so we get an extra card here. Again, no Haymaker, and we go forward. Any more viewers up in here? They'll come. They'll come. It's early in the night. Opponent can't bolt us out. They could Collective Brutality and K-Command us out, though, so we'll watch for that. Another Lingering Souls here. D2O Bandit, 91. Thank you for the follow. Alright, I think we repeat this again. We escalate 3 modes. We're going to discard, target 1 spirit, target them, go 5 again. That's our other Collective Defiance, so we have no reason to hold cards anymore. This is going to get us 4 cards though, right? Or no, 3 cards. 3 fresh cards. Hello, hello, how are you? Alright, perfect cards here. We are going to take 3 here, but we're now going to have a Storm Breath and a Rabble Master. Can really do some damage. Oh, they had a Helix. Ooh, Helix might ruin us here. I'm going to 2. I didn't know they ran Helix. I don't believe I have a way to win now. We've gone too low, unfortunately. Too low. So Storm Breath doesn't do it for us. What we'll probably do here is... I guess I don't need to show anything else. They kill us in the air, so we'll concede. We will concede. However, the Collective Defiance has definitely got us there in terms of drawing cards. We just didn't quite get enough there. This is the first time testing Defiance, right? How many are we running? We're running exactly 2. They're right here. And that actually dug us 5 cards. If they didn't have the Helix, we actually were going to turn around the game and win in 2 turns with finally finding Storm Breath. But they did. I don't know if there was a way to play that in such a way that we don't die as quickly to the Bedlam Reveler. I wonder if we would have put the Thopter on the Bedlam Reveler the first time, nothing on the second, and then taken 1 more hit. If that would have worked, but then we'd be 1 more turn where then we would take a Bedlam Reveler hit. It's hard to say. It's hard to say whether either of those would have been good. The Helix, though, caught me off guard. I haven't seen Pyromancer running Helix. We are going to struggle slightly on our mana. Just slightly. Torpor Orb is an interesting card to potentially bring in. What did we take out for them? Well, I had Sarkon in here, so Sarkon's been replaced with Defiances. What else was I running? Slagstorm and Sweltering Suns remain. No, I still have those. What else? It's hard to tell because I'm sideboarded right now. I will love to play first. Chalice on 1 is tempting here. Chalice on 1 is tempting, but we have 1 land. We have exactly 1 land. I think I mulligan because Stormbreath's just never coming down here in this game. So this is like a mull to 6, and I can't imagine a Chalice on 1 wins this. A Chalice on 1, though, with a Faithless Looting from their side might be just enough. We could also Chalice on 1, rip a land off the top, and Scab Clan. Alright, it's Friday, chat. Let's keep. It's Friday. Let's keep. I would recommend a mulligan, though. But it's Friday. Gotta do some analysis. Figure out if this is a good hand or not. Chalice on 1 definitely will slow them down, that's for sure. But we do need to hit running lands. We do need to hit those running lands. Like mentioned, though, the Chalice on 1 protects from a Pithing, Inquisitions. I don't see them running Thoughtseize, Faithless, and Lightning Bolts. They could just have like 4 lands and just be like, yep, I'm going to play this. Alright. Chalice on 1. We do this before anything else. If we were to play Scab Clan, it just dies, probably. Land here would be great. Alright, second Chalice. We can play that on 1. Just not going to probably do that just yet. We're going to play another Chalice on 1 here just to be safe like we did last time. They didn't play anything on turn 2. I'd rather play the Scab Clan off a land than using Simian Spirit Guide. This way we can ramp out the dragon, and we are 1 land now away from this dragon, which should close this game out pretty well. Looks like it's a K command here. So it's a K command, I'll get rid of a Braid. They destroy 1 of our artifacts. This is kind of good for us. Kind of good. The worst thing we could see is a Dreadbore or Terminate, and they certainly have these in the list. Opponent Faithless Lootings. Just getting cards in the yard. Here we'll go ahead and play Chandra. It'll allow us to play Stormbreath next turn, and it also begins getting a clock on our opponent. Anger would have been a nice pickup, but alas, no anger. Opponent helixes Chandra here. So I guess if they helix and then have another way to helix it, or K-command it, then we're in trouble. Inquisitions here. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and play Stormbreath here. I think that's a great one to play here. We can follow this up with Pia and Kieran, which would be a fine follow-up. They have a real hard time killing Stormbreath, though, and if they're choosing between Stormbreath or Chandra with their Dreadbore, I guess I'd rather them take out Stormbreath at this point. This allows us to continue to play with Chandra here. And Bob with 100 bits. If it isn't fluffy, it is fluffy. Finding a land here, it's almost tempting to cash in Chandra here. Collective Defiance is actually a really interesting card. Let's go ahead and fire this off. Let's deal 4 damage to the Bedlam Reveler. Whatever they cast, it would have to... well, the Chalice would counter it. Got him. Collective Defiance coming in, so we don't have to cash in Chandra. Chandra would have revealed another Chandra, so we'd allow them to take 2. Actually, we'd probably be playing Pia and Kieran Alara. And swing in. Got there. We're getting there, chat. Little 1-0 in the league so far. Concession does work indeed. Indeed. Mardu is slowly not becoming a problem for us anymore. We really understand the matchup pretty well. It is a little reliant on what you draw, but we know kind of what to take out, and we just fill the deck full of threats. Full of threats. It's too fair of a deck? I mean, that's debatable. It does some pretty powerful things. Alright, so we have a Chalice on 1, or we have whatever's off the top of our deck on 1. Because we can cast everything. We also have a Sweltering Suns here. I guess I'll keep. Chalice on 1 or Chalice on 2 could be very powerful here. Okay. Alright, we'll go ahead and play the Chalice on 1 here. Worst case for us is they have Thalia here off of 2 mana. Best case is we've kind of slowed them down. They're going to play something here and have some other 2-drop. And then we can get Bridge out. That's a fine 2-drop to see here. We're going to go ahead and Sweltering Suns here, because Leon and Arbiter is a bit of a problem. It removes mana from us. Even though Ensnaring Bridge would be probably a better one here. Yeah. Chalice, then they play Vial. It happens. Hoping no second Leon and Arbiter. They flicker probably our own Chalice here. And that's fine here. We'll go ahead and get down our Bridge at this point. So, ETB effects are going to be major here. So we're just going to have to avoid those. Rabblemaster is really not what we want in the hand at the moment. It's not going to do a whole lot. A Braid would be fine here. I guess a Thalia is kind of one of the worst things we could see here. A Eldrazi Displacer is a bit of a problem too. Eldrazi Displacer plus this Flicker Wisp is a problem. Extra Vial here. That's also a mild problem. We're not getting in with Rabblemaster. I know it's only an X1. I'd rather have redundant bridges here. Best draw right now is probably Blood Moon. Best draw is probably Blood Moon. Even Mind Sensor here. That's a little bit awkward with their Ghost Quarter over there, but we do have quite a few basics in the deck. Both of these are X and 1s, though. Chain Whirler is going to be an excellent card in this matchup. Gets Thalia, gets a variety of things. They get in here. I'm hoping they don't just decide, hey, I'm going to Ghost Quarter you twice and see what happens. They don't, so we're good there. Let's go ahead and play Rabble Master. Holding the Desperate Ritual allows us to attack. They have a 4 and a 1 on their Aether Vial here. These could flash in just about anything. I'm not expecting this token to live. They path. Well, we'll search. And we hit our land. Sure. That's solid. I guess they don't want us going too wide here. Chalice would have protected that, but Chalice has been blinked. Had been blinked. Here they can now double Ghost Quarter us. And we can't pay for it. I would love to search. Huh, it's funny how that didn't happen. I would love to search. Huh, seems to not be working. I believe Moto's slightly bugged this card. That's an excellent draw, actually, on our part. We're going to tick up here. P and Kieran would have been an excellent draw as well. Our opponent's empty-handed. We're empty-handed. We have an active Chandra. We're going to try to get her to an emblem as soon as possible. We're hoping for no extra Ghost Quarter here. That'd be miserable for us. They can play a Flicker Wisp and get rid of one bridge. They can't really do that to both easily. Opponent concedes. We would have drawn a Chandra, not very good. We would have shown a Chandra. We would have drawn a Mountain, shown a Rabble, drawn a Mountain, shown a Chalice. So we weren't necessarily killing them anytime soon. But, alas. Alright. Is Sensor bugged? No, it's fine. We searched top 4, we found a Mountain. We were good. We were good. I'm just making remarks. I don't know if Collect Defiance is very good. I also don't think Chalice is very good. We basically want to throw a Chalice on 1, but they can flicker it if we don't have the bridge, and there's, I don't know. I'll keep a pair of them in, I think, and then we can keep the one Collective Defiance, go with these 9. I understand that Storm Breath is probably going to sit behind a bridge here, but let's just assume they do some weird flickering or whatever. We can definitely get in with our Storm Breath. So this card's probably actually no good. We'll bring in a second Collective Defiance. Keep that way. These Chalices really are question marks. I think I'll go down a Ritual, bring in a Chalice. Rituals are not very good against Thalia, so that's kind of a reason. But they would help with Blood Moon. Is it worth the other Chalice here? He flipped out on it. Well, maybe he was hoping that he would strip mine his opponent, and they just happened to find their basic. And he might have been very upset because their deck usually runs only like 3 basics, and the odds are very unfavorable. That could easily have been the reason. We'll bring the other Chalice in for 1 Ritual. I don't like Rituals in here with the possibility of Thalia. Everything else kind of goes out. Goblin Rabble Master dies to a million things here. Scab Clan's not going to get through. They're not casting a whole lot either. Alright. We have a lot of things for Sweltering Suns. I think I'm going to keep this. We'll get down a Chalice on 1 and then follow it up with a Chandra on turn 2. If our opponent will be so kind. We will go ahead and get rid of the Sweltering Suns. I believe we have better things to do. A Ghost Quarter from our opponent and a Vial. Alright, well, they got their Vial down. Good for them. If this is a Thalia on turn 2, it's a Thalia on turn 2. Double Ghost Quarter here. That's a good sign for us. The Blood Moon is really tempting here. Blood Moon is really tempting. It's tempting enough that I'll go ahead and play it. The reason it's tempting is because if they were to just get a Lean and Arbiter off of this on Aether Vial on 2, then they just Ghost Quarter 2 of our lands when we play Chandra. Yeah, he wants to Vial in. Okay, he Vials in Thalia. We're not as worried about Thalia here. We're actually going to tick down here to get rid of Thalia. Force them to decide where they want their Vial to go here. Obviously, leaving it on 2 or bringing something in can kill Chandra here. I'm not too worried, though. Chandra's kind of done her thing. Alright, they can, like, flicker in a Flicker Wisp, get rid of the Chalice. Something. Rimaz is pretty good here. Alright, even if we were ticking up and all Rimaz and Thalia would have killed her by now. So it's not too bad that we've done this. We're going to go ahead and destroy the Aether Vial here. I guess this is bad, doing it this way. Flicker Wisp can save this. It's a Blade Splicer. Alright. Could have been a small punt there. They are going to get in for 6, 7, 8, 9. That's white mana. Just kidding. So our bridge is important here. Our bridge is important. We'll play our Cavern. We're going to keep the one with the luck counter because we need a little luck in this game. And we're behind the bridge. Best card here is Torpor Orb. Torpor Orb confirms a hard lock on our opponent. Collective Defiance. What are we doing with this? I guess I'll escalate 2 modes here. We're going to kill Kitty King here. And we're going to do 3 to our opponent. So Kitty King, 3 to our opponent. This makes Anger, Swelt, or not Anger. Yeah, Anger. And a Slag Storm live for us. We'll cast a Simian Spirit Guide. I don't know why. Because it gives us something here. Opponent's completely locked out of playing anything at the moment until they find their planes. The deck, even though it appears to be mono white, is actually very heavy on non-basics. It's really strange. I would play more planes over like these dunes and Field of Ruins and stuff, but I get it. I get what they're trying to do. We can't really hold this. So, we'll just destroy this artifact here. Blade Splicer can obviously be flickered. That's not happening until at least 2 turns from now. Blood Moon's not a bad draw here. Avoids a Flicker Wisp, turning on all of their lands for 1 turn. Look at all these non-basics, chat. We'll play this because we don't want to be attacked. We also don't have any desire to attack them. Where's our Torpor Orb? Mutavault is a nice pretty mountain that's like cavern-like. It's the Cavern Mountain with holes and other things. So we have a pretty hard lock on our opponent here. Storm Breath would have been a funny draw because we could Monstrous for like a good 7 damage. Flicker Wisp has been pitched here. They're not planning to get to 2 white anytime soon here. There's another Chalice. I guess we throw Chalice onto 2 at this point. That turns off Torpor Orb here. That would turn off Torpor Orb. I don't think I want to turn off Torpor Orb. We'll throw another Chalice on 1 here. The other thing I could put it on is 3. I could put it on 3, though that turns off our angers, but it would turn off their flicker wisps. You know what? Let's go to 3. Let's see if that can cause a concession here. It leaves it on 2. It leaves open 2 for our Abrades. And we're looking actually for Chandra at this point. We're not really looking for a creature, which I think is what's left on 3. Land pass. Doo -doo 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 -doo. Land pass, land pass, land pass. There we go. Rewarded for waiting. Torpor Orb, Mana Tithe. Woo! Spicy. Opponent. Some good stuff right there. Torpor Orb should lock this one up. They might have something on 2 that can kill artifacts. So our next Chalice will be going on 2. Oh-ho! We have found a Plains. Alright. They have a million targets here. Selfless Spirit. Well, that's not really doing a whole lot, opponent. Unfortunately, this bridge does get countered here. So we can't make a redundant bridge here. One reason maybe to have not put the Chalice on 3. We are tempted on 1. 2 would have been probably okay as well. Disenchant's a problem here. We'll continue playing these cards that are semi-useless here. Our opponent didn't play anything else on 2 there, nor did they instant speed disenchant, so... Imagine they're still in top deck mode here. Finds an extra Plains here. However, a lot of their 3 drops here are now countered. Where's our Chandra? We're in F6 mode, autopilot, looking for win conditions. Opponent is moving to discard. It's because of ETBs, chat. Because of ETBs. They literally got to find their like disenchant or whatever they're packing here. Shillelagh. Okay. We'll play another bridge that's doing nothing here. We're halfway through the deck and I've only seen 1 Chandra. Odds of that are a little bit lower than standard stuff goes. Alright, so everyone's got hexproof, so when we do find our Chandra, we're probably going to be taking it up for mana to preserve cards here. Going to second main here. Attempts to path something. I guess our other Chalice, then I throw it on 2, and then we just look for Chandra. I'm kind of concerned about what could show up on 2 here. Blade Splicer is countered. I know it doesn't tick up for targeting. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about running out of cards at this point. I guess if I have enough cards remaining in the deck, I'll consider it. We're starting to run kind of low, though. Chain Whirler would be great, minus the cool countering and the Torpor Orb, so we're just not going to talk about that complete destruction of cards here. I do feel like 3 was the correct answer, though, without having the Torpor Orb out at the time. The Torpor Orb almost acts like the Chalice on 2 right now. Alright, Pia and Kieran's a cool little 2-2 for nothing. But it does let us throw things if they start going after our Chalices or something like that. We could also throw the Chalice on 3 now that we have a Torpor Orb. And then use like an Anger to clear the board, which, you know, it's not too bad. There she is. There she is. Alright, we'll tick up. We have a lot of cards left. Nope. Can't play that anyway. Let's go. It's kind of funny because we can like attack Shalai here, but then they sack Selfless Spirit to keep Shalai alive for a turn. Oh, please don't be anything crazy. A Johnny, Adversary of Tyrants. All right, this is an M19 card. Give me a moment. Put counters on each of up to 2 target creatures. Return target creature card with converted mana cost 2 or less from graveyard. You get an emblem at the beginning of your end step. Create some kitty cats. All right, this is a mild problem. By the time we get to embleming... Oh, I was going to say it's going to be really hard to kill Shalai, but apparently our opponent doesn't care about protecting Shalai here. I think we just go up here. In a weird way, I'm actually going to hold Chandra now. They made this too big to attack. We're going to keep Chandra in hand with the idea that 2 turns now, and I don't have to do the tick up plus the emblem shenanigans. I can just make an emblem and cast Chandra here. The only thing that can attack us is this, and I'm good. If they would have left these at 1, I wouldn't keep this card. Oh, now they're putting counters on Shalai here. They know the window of winning this game is closing rapidly. You are allowed to attack, opponent. That option has been given to you. That option has been given to you. Nice. Get in there. Oh, come on. Yeah. Respect. I will block. I respect that attack. That's a good attack here. This doesn't pump anything. Yeah. I respect this attack. This is a solid, bold attack there. That is something I would do. Slam dunk. Tick up here. I'm gonna say no. We don't want any of this stuff attacking us. We'll deal 3 to each player. Oh, darn, countered. Okay. So we basically should be very close to winning next turn. That being said, Shalai is going to be a little bit heftier to kill here. But we have ways to prevent this from doing weird stuff here. Alright, so at end step here, we're going to actually chuck the Chalice on 3 at the Spirit. Because then when we cast Chandra, it'll allow us to kill Shalai here. And then start targeting them. We could do that, or we can be really safe. We should probably be really safe. Let's be really safe, chat. These make lifelink cats too. That's kind of cool. All right, we'll go ahead and emblem here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chandra here. We're going to target Shalai. This thing should go... Oh, okay. Never mind. Tick up. Chandra off the top would be hilarious. We will cast this to kill this Spirit here. That way we can do 5 to them. That puts them at 4. I don't imagine we just lose by doing this. I don't know. They could gain some weird amount of life. Let's just hold our horses here. We have them on 2 turns with Chandra. We have, you know, there's no reason to throw things. Throwing gets greedy. Maybe our opponent wants to emblem this and take an ult, and it's an emblem, right? Yeah, emblem. Maybe they want to emblem that and take a screenshot, you know? I got it, man. Look at best shot. Takes a screenshot right here. You know? Gotta give them that opportunity. Look at this. They're making some cats. Hey, these are pretty cool tokens. All right, we either win or we Wow, we don't win. Well, we can attempt to win here. So I'll go ahead and throw the Chalice at this point. We have like several things we can throw at our opponent, so got him. All right. Taking down white taxes here. A little 2-0 there. Not too hard. Got lucky game 1 in match 1. Or match 2 game 1 with our Ensnaring Bridge off the top. Saved us quite a bit. So we'll keep moving forward here. Hey, look, it's Skawee. All right, we have a turn 1 Rabblemaster, turn 1 Abrade. We're going to keep this. Remember, gemstones, say okay, and then pitch your gemstone. Please do not place both gemstones in play. If you do that, we're going to have a talk. Serum Visions. So this turn 1 Rabblemaster is going to be really important here. The Abrade following it up is really nice as well. It removes whatever is in the way, and the Scavenger Grounds is actually a great draw as well. So Rabblemaster is going to get in here. We can play Scavenger Grounds next. We have that plus the Abrade. It's going to make it really hard for our Storm opponent. I presume they are Storm. Pyretic here. They're going to go ahead and kill Rabblemaster. I can't imagine they're going off on turn 2 here. Grape Shots Rabblemaster here. Leaves us with 1 Goblin around. It also leaves them with only 4 cards in hand. Ideally, we'll get to play this Ruins down and then use Scavenger Grounds on Ruins to get rid of the graveyard. Sleight of hand from our opponent. They've got to rebuild a hand here. They might play Baral to use as a blocker. The answer appears to be no. Ironically, Blood Moon's not very good here. Opponent opts here. So they got to play around our Scavenger Ground plus Abrade here. One thing that is kind of nice is we could, off the top, we could hit like our Scab clans that are in the main. And that would put a lot of pressure on our opponent. We could do that while leaving Scavenger Grounds down for a turn. I have 2-0. The other thing that could happen here is they play like a Baral and then they begin the ritual. What we can do is fire off a Desperate Ritual. Let's see if they do this here. Alright, looks like they're going to move to our step here, so we'll go ahead and Abrade our Electromancer buddy over there. If they did this during main, I would be more concerned. Because then we need to Scavenger Grounds, but since they went to their end step, we're good here. Yeah, it's definitely Storm. Pyretic Ritual and Grape Shot were an indicator. So this is kind of cool to see because it looks like they're going to play a Gifts Ungiven. we can actually toss the best cards that we think to the graveyard. And by doing this, we can then cash in Scavenger Grounds. So they gotta be careful what they pick here, because they're gonna pretty much lose whatever they pick here. And honestly, if it's like another Grape Shot, I think I've been the Grape Shot, and then I might give them like a Past in Flames or something. Like, what are they gonna do with one card in hand here? We obviously gotta find something to kill them before they draw like another 6 turns worth of stuff. Our best outs here are Goblin Rabblemaster, Scab Clan, so anything that removes a card. A Chalice is good too. Anything that removes any of that, I might just bin here, with the full intent to use Scavenger Grounds. So they have a Noxious Revival here, a Goblin, and a Brawl. This is well played by our opponent. This is at instant speed too. The other thing I can do here is just bin both Manamorphous and Noxious Revival and just hope that I can beat these 2 creatures. It makes it a little harder to beat those 2. But what if I don't put Noxious Revival in the bin here? They get it, and giving them Manamorphous seems dumb if I'm going to be giving them one of these creatures. So if I bin those 2, I think we're fine here. So they have both creatures. It's well played by them. Collective Defiance is a really funny card right now. I could actually get rid of their stuff. I could actually get rid of their hand here. The question is, would they get into another Electromancer or Baral? It's unlikely. Oh, I really want to use this for this exact reason. Alright, we're going to give it a shot here. I like this. We're going to give them the opportunity for a brand new hand here. But we're going to get rid of the 2 creatures, which we were worried about. And we're going to hope they can't go off here. And then Scavenger Grounds is going to clear their graveyard the following turn. Alright. So they had Electromancer, Baral, and a Serum Visions. They weren't exactly going to kill us there. But we're now in an interesting place where Past in Flames doesn't necessarily just make them go off here. Land here, it comes into play tapped. And now I think I've hopefully bought myself a turn here. Oh, don't be Baral. Oh, they find another Baral. You're pretty good, man. Pretty good. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and Desperate Ritual here. We're Desperate Ritualing so that we can actually use Scavenger Grounds here. So the question is, do we Scavenger Grounds and eat up the ruins, or do we Scavenger Grounds and keep the Scavenger Grounds here? I don't need double red. I have it with the gemstone. If I sacrifice the desert here, I get another go at this. I'd have to draw a lot to be able to activate this one. So let's sacrifice ruins here, clear their graveyard, and get in. Alright. Opponent is at 2 cards, needs a relatively good mass of cards to go off. Opponent Grape Shots. Opponent Grape Shots. There is a case for playing Blood Moon now, but there is a Grape Shot sitting in the bin. We'll go ahead and pass the turn. The reason to play Blood Moon here would be, hey, I can shut them down to just 1 island. That way if they cantrip, 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 we avoid that, which would slow them down. I think having the Scavenger Grounds here is really important, though. We have exiled now 2 Electromancers and 2 Barals. And I don't know if they play the full play sets. We're gonna Goldfish Storm and just see if they normally play the play sets. I'm kind of curious now. Storm. Let's see what they usually play. They usually play 6. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and jam Chandra here. It's really hard for them to go off with 2 cards in hand. Ooh, Rabble Master would have been really good. So Grape Shot's in the bin here. 4 Baral, 2 Electros, so they don't have a whole lot left. We're gonna go for damage here. No to that. Pass turn. We're gonna leave Scavenger Grounds open. I think that's one of the only ways they kind of get us here. And we may entertain right here, popping Scavenger Grounds and then playing Moon out. It's like really tempting here. We'll skip it for now. We'll say no to that. We're actually at the point where Chandra Emblem's gonna win it for us. Did they find it? Manamorphose. Ho ho ho! Game 1 against Storm here. Oh, 2 islands. Blood Moon's not as interesting anymore. Alright, we will Emblem here. We have, like, a lot of things we can cast here. I'm gonna actually cast the Ritual. That way we can play the Chalice on 2 if for some reason something's weird here. Alright. That's really good to take down game 1. Let's bring in Eidolons. We actually have Damping Spheres back in the sideboard for this matchup. We'll bring in Chain Whirlers. That's pretty good. Storm Breath is a maybe. I'll take Bridges out. Come here, Bridges. I don't mind as much the Slagstorm or the Sweltering Suns because they can cycle. I believe Pia and Kieran is way too slow here. Chalice is great. Abrades are fine. Blood Moons are not very good. We can bring a Pia and Kieran back. We can do these 9. I think that's fine. If we happen to get the Storm Breath, great. I don't think... Maybe it's just smarter to play 1 extra Anger here. We have Slagstorm and 2 Chain Whirlers, though. Storm Breath is probably fine. If we get back into the situation where we were at last game, I think I prefer a Storm Breath. Let's turn the light on. It's getting dark in here. Alright, looking for some of those hot cards here that are good against Storm. Chalice on 2. Eidolon. Let's see here. We'll keep this. We have an Eidolon on turn 2 here. A Simian Spirit Guide off the top would be fantastic. Serum Visions, and our opponent's already taking damage. Abrade's fine as well. If they happen to have Baral, we can choose whether we abrade it or play an Eidolon here. I am looking for something else, though. Opponent missing that land drop would have been crazy. So we'll go ahead and jam Eidolon here. We can follow this up with a Rabble Master. We also have Chain Whirler. Opponent abrades our Eidolon. So we're going to go ahead and follow it up with a Rabble Master. We got to put pressure on them. Our 2 abrades are kind of nice here. And our Chain Whirler's not too bad either. Pyromancer's Ascension here is kind of interesting. Do we have a way to kill them? We're going to do some math here really fast. So we're attacking. We get in for 9 here. So 9. Next turn, we're going to hit for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 8 plus a chain whirler. So we have enough where we can actually get rid of tokens if they choose to play and block tokens. And then the 1 point from chain whirler makes this lethal. We'll see if they brawl here. Brawl and then try to do something with cards. Manamorphose. Started out good. This play plays around empty. This play would not matter if they seem to like abrade this. We still have kind of like 2-3 turns out. They took damage there. That's really good for us. Maybe they're trying to empty here. I kind of hope they're trying to empty and not like some sort of some sort of other shenanigans here. I'd be mildly surprised if they can kill us right here. Sleight of hand here. This will put Pyromancer online. By the way, we have no answer for Pyromancer. It's kind of an interesting card that's showing up from time to time now. I have to imagine they have a grape shot here. Ritual effect. They get a bonus one of this. So we are hoping that this is empty the Warrens. The going for the extra mana here kind of indicates it might be empty. We'll see though. There's a piece of the puzzle. Doubling down on this, they're going to reveal 1,000 cards here. Some Pyretics, Desperates, Manamorphose. And then Wipe Away, Serums. They have enough to do a Wipe Away here. Let's see if I can get down to what they had that looks correct. I just clicked the Desperate Ritual, I believe. The only reason we're clicking through instead of just F6ing is because of the Abrade we have in case they find Baral. Not that it's going to do a whole lot. Manamorphose. Opponent's really going to town here. Our best hope here is that they don't draw anything right here that's relevant to going to our face. Pieces of the puzzle. They are looking for what they need. 2 looks at it. No grape shot, please. There's a repeal. There's a Baral. Baral goes away. They have repeal now. They can repeal Rabblemaster and gain themselves another turn here. Another Baral, another Opt. This Desperate's been cast. They have a couple Opts and Serum Visions at this. They should Serum and then look to Opt and so on and so forth. I think at this point, Baral's not going to matter. They have 1,000,000 mana. Eidolon definitely would have been really good here. Just saying. Manamorphose. I guess the end result here is that they're going to have Wipe Away this and do some other stuff. Again, we can hope they don't hit the Grape Shot and have a Remand. They've drawn a lot of cards, though. I think they've got our turn 5 kill against us, though. Pieces of the puzzle here. They're going to deck themselves. They're going to have all the options here, chat. There's the Grape Shot. Alright, I'm going to F6 at this point. It won't matter if we kill Baral. They have enough mana to cast everything. So we found one of our cards, the Eidolon. We probably needed another one here. They could awkwardly accidentally go a little too far here. If they don't have, like, Remand, then they might not have us dead. They haven't shown a Remand here. So we might not actually be dead. They're out of cards, so they have to kill us now. So they need Remand. They draw here and lose? Okay. Cool. We win. We win because they decked themselves. I guess they didn't have a Remand, and so they needed enough to kill. There you go. There you go, chat. 2-0 against Storm. I will be right back, chat, and check on people's here. Give me just a few minutes. That looked wrong. They're sleeping. You don't think he played that right? He probably didn't. If he had enough for Grape Shot, I mean, the way he just played that makes me think that he had one Grape Shot, which means he took out the rest of his Grape Shots, which doesn't feel right. So if his only win condition there was his Singleton Grape Shot, then I'm not sure how he played that. I mean, like, I don't know if he had a Past in Flames. It didn't look like he did. But it's kind of like just play Past in Flames and a bunch of rituals or something. Well, he had the Grape Shot. I mean, he had it at about 14 Storm. That's when we F6'd. One of Grape Shot is pretty wrong. I would agree with you. I mean, it can be snagged real easily. A variety of things can go wrong. I wouldn't do that. All right, we won the dice roll here. We're gonna keep this. We're gonna hope we're against a creature-based deck here. We are pretty clear of a Thoughtseize ruining that for us. We don't have a lot of action here, but if it's not a creature deck, we're gonna play Collected Defiance to re-roll our hand here. This does appear to be a creature-based deck, though, so we'll be good with getting Bridge out here. Best draw off the top would probably be a Chalice here. They may take Desperate Ritual here. They may take Desperate Ritual, not that that advances their game plan a whole lot here, but that might give them an opportunity to prevent us from playing Bridge. So, there you go. Smart move by our opponents. Oops. Hit the wrong key, chat. We're not going to talk about that. We hit the wrong key. Now we won't get a bridge down. Alright. Thoughtseize from our opponent. Takes one of our bridges. It's pretty good. We won't talk about that small misplay there. If we don't draw a land here, it's not going to really matter. It's all strategy, chat. Watch this ritual effect right here. I don't have it on. All right. We haven't exactly misplayed. We weren't going to be doing a whole lot anyway. Opponent's got their stuff down to 7, though. That's pretty good. Thought Scours here. Serum Visions. They're looking for something. Like I said, Chalice on 1 would be pretty good here. There is a Death Shadow. We need a land. Not finding the land here. We'll just F6. Not much we can do here. Opponent can Thoughtseize away our other bridge. We never found our extra land here, unfortunately. They'll just take bridge here. It's the only thing that stops them from winning. Alright. They've got us. So it's Death Shadow. We can definitely beat Death Shadow. There's our land, but we were going to get hit for 10. I guess Collective Defiance prevents some of that. Alright. Eidolons are good here. That's about it. Slagstorm and Sweltering Suns are not very good here. The Abrades are not very good either, so we'll take those out. Bring Eidolons in. We'll submit back. We're pretty well positioned with all these. Turn 1 Moon would be great. Turn 1 Chalice would be great. This hand's great. A couple Chalices on 1 would be fantastic. A Thoughtseize here is fine. We'd actually prefer them to Thoughtseize us. Perfect. We'll get one of these down, and then we'll be off to the races against our opponent. It's very unlikely they can beat us from this position, especially seeing that right after. So we're going to do Chalice, Blood Moon, Pia Kira Nalar. Proceed to win the game. Looks like they could get a basic swamp if they'd like. We'll go ahead and allow them to do that. Our opponent did F6 because they didn't think we'd play Blood Moon. Now they're probably... Oh, they're not locked out of the game just yet. That's pretty good. They could have all their colors, but they don't, so... We'll get to hit him for 4 a turn here. Opponent scoops it up. Alright, so they took longer to beat us. So clearly we are the better deck here. We're going to submit right back, so it's going to come down to game 3, even though we had a minor punt in game 1. Again, looking for Chalice or redundant Chalices. That's always kind of nice. Looking for an Eidolon here. Looking for a fast Blood Moon. Looking for redundant Blood Moons. I don't know. Looking for some of that stuff. That stuff. Alright, we'll keep this. We're going to keep this. We're going to put our land out here. I think I'm going to get rid of a ritual here. Ghost X Empire with the host. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. And welcome Ghosties to the wolf pack here. How is your evening, Ghost X Empire? Thoughtseize from our opponent. Serum Visions. Bridge is probably more important to get out here. Chalice on 1's really good too. Alright, we're going to Chalice on 1 here. That is just too good to pass up. Eidolon next, then a bridge. We're a long way away from needing to play this bridge now. So we'll play Eidolon here. Opponent's fetching. We're not even going to worry about ritualing this out here. Oh. Alright, we will worry about ritualing now. We are going to take a little bit of damage, but this gets it out of our hand right now. And that's going to make it really hard for them to beat, I think. We'll see. Dig, dig, dig. We don't get to attack here, which is maybe a little bit upsetting. But we also didn't really want to run into a Snapcaster. And Thought Scours. And Death Shadows. Well, we have no real reason to attack here. We also have no reason to cast this ritual here, just at the moment. Opponent's Serum Visions. We're going down pretty far here. A Collective Defiance off the top. A Chandra now. Uh-oh, what is this? Oh, Gurmag Angler. Okay, that's fine. Chandra off the top would be good. Play our land, pass the turn. I mean, they have to get rid of the bridge. That's probably what a K command they're looking for. Eidolon's really good here because it actually puts them almost dead on board. Obviously, we don't really want to cast too much, but we don't have to do too much because this is just a 5/5, and we're like really far away from that bothering us. I wonder what could hurt us in blue. What could hurt us in blue right now? Alright, we're gonna go ahead and play Blood Moon. It's a lot of damage towards us. Like I said, though, they have to have like K command, and if we get a Chandra off the top, they're basically dead on board. Now we've kind of narrowed them from a blue doing something to us. A braid we'll not worry about. So we don't plan to really cast anything again. The scariest thing here is that we'd have to cast something to not die by the angler. Rabble Master. If we were to play Rabble Master out, let's think this through. We're going to take another 4. We have him, he swings in, they block. Next turn, we have Rabble Master, Eidolon, and a token. Does that gain us anything? No. It does not. Alright, let's skip. We're looking for something that just hits them once in the face here. Ruins would have done it. A reason to have not played Blood Moon. If we have to, we will play Rabble Master. It is not our desired result here, though. We want our 4 drops. There she is. Chandra's perfect here. We'll tick up once. They are now dead on board. They are dead on board. Looking good, chat. Looking like we might take down Death Shadow. There's blue mana. What can they cast for maybe 4? We have no need to cast whatever we were going to draw here. Tick up with Chandra, tick up with Chandra. We play the mountain, tick up. Pia Kieran's actually kind of cool. And then we'd actually top deck a Collective Defiance to finish them if we wanted. Death Shadow taken down, chap. We're doing well. See what we can do with this final opponent, chat. Let's see what we can do with this final opponent. Whew. Collective Defiance has been relatively decent so far. Relatively decent. Kills a lot of things too. That extra damage. We talked about Kozilek's Return being a Wrath for 2 is good, but that extra damage, the 3rd for Angers and Slagstorms is really good. And now we're kind of seeing, well, that extra damage on Collective Defiance is actually pretty good too. Not to mention that just for 4 mana, it goes 3 to the face as well. slows them down from attacking us and hits face. That's not bad. We've already used it to loot away. It almost won us a game against Mardu Pyromancer because we looted basically 5 deep over 2 turns. Sarkon can't even do that. Faithless Looting... I guess Faithless Looting Flashback could do that. But when we were doing that, we removed a creature and dealt damage too. It was kind of crazy. It actually made it so playing lands wasn't necessary. Lands were traded in for value. Lands were traded in for value. Alright, chat. Raid boss showing up here. What are we going to be playing against? We have not seen any blue-white control at the moment. I think I'd like to pass on that. Humans would be a fun one. Poker's Wizard. Gosh, what has Poker's Wizards been playing recently? What has he been... He's been playing a variety of... I thought it was like Tron. But he could be on something else. Alright, we'll keep this. We have this initial action here. We'll get rid of the Desperate Ritual. We'll see what our opponent's up to. Blooming Marsh. Elves. Alright, we can play with the Elf player here. Oh, that is such a good card. We will pass a turn here. Elf. Sentinel. I'm almost tempted to just Sweltering right now. Opponent was on 1 land, didn't play any extra lands. Let's do this. We have Bridge. We have Mutavault. I suppose I could have played Mutavault there and then... Oh no, I can't Scab and Mutavault next turn. It'll be alright. Heritage Druid. We'll play a Scabby here. Swing for 2. Should get through here, I think. Looking good so far against Elves. We'll see, though. Dwynen's Elite. Make some dudes. Tap. 3. Plays. Zuri. Alright. Alright, before we play anything, let's see. We can do... Boot up Mutavault here. We can get in for 5 before we empty the hand. And then we're a little closer to winning the game here. We'll Ritual. We'll play this. I'm going to hold Simian Spirit Guide here briefly. Maybe kind of bait them to do something with Druid here. You had to think about it? I don't know. Our opponent is asking us why we had to think about something. We're going to jam Simian Spirit Guide here and pass turn. Alright, our opponent chords for 4 here. They do take a little bit of damage here. 4 is probably just to be safe. Rex Sage, ETB effect, kills Bridge here. Shaman of the Pact is revealed. This is not very good for us. So we're going to need Torpor Orbs, Bridges, Chain Whirlers, Anger the Gods. We kind of want to kill Azuri if he attacks with Azuri. Oh, not everything gets through, though. Another bridge would be great here. What else would be great here? Our Slag Storm wouldn't be bad. This is 5 to pump. 1, 2, 3, 4. They don't have 5 mana available to them. I guess I'm fine with, like, blocking these things. I don't know. We'll give him the option. You can have the option. Pick whichever one you want, opponent. Alright. So these go away here. Look for bridge. Scabby here. Alright, so they have us with a pump and an attack. We need a bridge. Never found it, though. Alright, Angers are going to come in here. Dampings, Torpor Orb, Spyglass. Damping Sphere is kind of a funny card. I don't think I'd encourage playing that, though. What's not doing it here? Rabblemaster's never getting through. Blood Moon is decent. We'll drop 1, though. Chalice on 1 appears to be fine here. Collected Defiance actually might be reasonable as removal. Scab Clans can come out here. And... do I go down 1 more bridge? Do I go down a Chalice? Probably not. Do I go down a Chandra? Probably not as well. Maybe 1 Desperate Ritual is fine to go down. Bring in a little more power here. Bring in a little more power. Eidolon is interesting. I don't think I want to go that route. I kind of wish I had my Grafdigger's cages. But we don't. We got to beat elves here. Got to beat elves. Gotta beat elves. Elves is definitely beatable. Blood Moon would turn off Shaman. Torpor Orb will as well. Bridge. Best hand to see here is probably Chalice, Torpor Orb, Bridge, and some sort of sweeper. Torpor Orb Bridge would be a great hand to see. What I like to play first, of course. Alright, so there's Bridge and a Chain Whirler. We'll keep this. We can go 2 turns probably here without having to worry about Chain Whirler, but it might also slow our opponent down. Llanowar is shown. Llanowar is played here. Gonna just hold off and playing Chain Whirler here. I'd actually wouldn't mind playing Chandra first off of a ritual. Opponent gets in here. It's interesting. I guess in this case, I'm gonna go ahead and ritual out Chandra and just kill this. We have a backup Chain Whirler. We have Mutavaults and Bridges here as well. Cavern Souls for our opponents. Zuri. Chain Whirler is kind of awkward here, but I think I want to keep Chandra around. Let's go ahead and Bridge. And we'll Chain Whirler here. This will protect us for a turn. And now we can start ticking away with Chandra here. They may have Rex Age. They may also have Collected Company here. Mutavault's going to be the next one down. Scavenger Grounds is just a blank land in this matchup. Druid here. This is when I'd love to be playing Chain Whirler, but had to swallow our pride there for a bit. Keep Chandra around. Castable would have been great. We'll tick up here. Anger would be great. No such things. They can bring something in here with Collected Company. It's kind of really bad for us. Rexage is a great find for them, as is Llanowar Elves. So we have to have them kind of go a little bit all in here, and then we need to find our anger. If they don't go after Chandra, I think Chandra tick down on Azuri buys us a lot more time than we really know. We're probably going to be playing this Mutavault out to block. You can make 5 mana and make 3/3s. Oh, elves. Oh, elves. They have 5 here with the Llanowar. They could swing in here and kind of get us. Choosing not to. Plays Archdruid. That's pretty good. We may activate Mutavault here. We'll see. Opponent chooses not to attack. Spyglass is really interesting here. We can actually Spyglass Azuri. So let's see if we can find something interesting with Chandra. We don't. We will Spyglass Azuri though. That prevents us from just dying outright next turn. It also allows Chain Whirler to kill a lot of stuff. Oh my gosh. Well. We'll name Azuri Renegade Leader, but that's not going to stop them from having 2 more outs to all of our stuff here. So about the only thing we can hope is they maybe do some sort of swing here. This is an instant as well. They're going to chord first. They can Fracturing Gust if they like. Go get an extra Rexage here. Another Archdruid. That makes everything really big. There's a case for cashing in Chandra here to get rid of Azuri, but we thought the Spyglass would be enough. Lead the Stampede. I think we're going to lose to our elf opponent. Finds a Sentinel, and that's it. I can attack with all this and just leave Archdruid back to activate. They do have to get rid of our Spyglass, though. Fracturing Gust. Alright. And now they can activate, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They can activate twice here if they just attack with these. We'll entertain it, but I'm pretty sure they have it. Yeah. If he activates twice. Oh, elves. Stripping of us of our 5. Alright, elves. You got it. There goes our 5-0, chat. We got a 4-1. 4-1, chat. Let's run it straight back. See what we can do here. We'll show the deck really quick. We're playing this. Playing this tonight. We'll probably get through 2 leagues here. Then I'll go check on the wife a little bit more. She's not feeling very well. Playing this seems to be working really well for us as well. Yeah, that Elves build is really well positioned against us. Fracturing, double Rex Sages, Azuris, etc. Etc. Good stuff from our opponent. Alright. 4-1. Nothing to be ashamed of, though. We apparently can't grab a 5-0 to save our lives, though, chat. We can't grab the 5-0. It just isn't happening. We'll get there one day. We're just on a streak of 3 2s and 4 1s. What have we gotten, like 3 4 1s lately? We're close. We're close. We're beating all kinds of decks. Just need to beat the last one. We've lost to Affinity now on a 4-0. We've lost to Elves on a 4-0. I think off stream once I lost to Merfolk on a 4-0. That one was really disappointing. Spreading Sea is a good card, especially when you have no mana left. It's all blue. I bet they're running more, so this is probably what's going on there for the Elves. They're probably running more destruction for a artifacts because of things like KCI and other things like that. Alright. Against K. Macy. Oh, this is an awkward hand. We'll still keep it though. Once again, don't play too many gemstones, right? Oh, we're on the play. This is a really awkward hand. I thought we were on the draw. Might have hit that yes confirmed. Now we have nothing going on for us. Bobble, Mox Opal, Welding Jar. Huh? Huh? What are we playing against? Don't tell me it's the mirror. Oh, the red card here. Mox Opal, cash it in. Blood Moon! Oh! Thank you, opponent. I do appreciate. I do gladly appreciate this. We'll play a Rabble Master here. If it is what we think it is, Rabble Master will be the defining card we need. Look at that. Thanks, opponent. Land off the top, we get to abrade something. We probably attempt to abrade the Mox Opal. Chat, this might be the mirror. I call this the mirror because this is the Mox Opal build with Karn. I still don't think this build's very good. You gotta convince me, chat, if it's good or not. I've had a few people ask me if I played it or not. Oh, that's actually a pretty good card. That one's pretty good. Doesn't kill us, though. Land off the top would be best. Kill maybe Bobble or something here. I might actually go after Bobble because if they have a secondary Mox Opal, they can't activate Aether Grid here. So Braids are going to be good. Blood Moons are going to be out. Bridges are going to be probably out. Oh, okay. They're going to just play their Mox Opal here and kill Rabble Master. Alright. So they're down to 1 card here. Land and I abrade the Mox Opal here. No land, and I'm just going to cry. We have a great hand if we could just draw our lands. The bridges are dead cards. They can kill my little goblin. We will probably bring in Sorcerer's Spyglass. It's a good one for Aether Grid and also for Chandra. We'll actually go down a Chandra in this matchup. Four mana. Chalice on 2. Alright, that gets our Braid. Need running lands here. Need running lands. Where's our lands, chat? I want to pitch this card. Just throw it away. Can I drag it into the bin here? Alright, there's one. A Braid cannot be cast, unfortunately. If they don't have Aether Grid, or they like tap this down or something, we can maybe get Scab Clan in to get it to 3. That would be ideal in this situation. Alright, what do you got, Chandra? Trading Post! Oh gosh. I respect opponent. They should play nothing else here in pass turn. We draw. We don't end up actually playing any of our creatures here. We're gonna jam a bridge. Show them what's up. Show them what's up. We're the control match 2. We're the control match 2. Aether Grid is going to ruin our day, though. Got a little smile. Alright, tags us for 2 damage here. Once again, we're kind of hoping that they do something maybe with Bobble and Mox Opal here. It's unlikely. Unlikely. I'm probably going to concede this first game to them. Was the deck I was playing before I switched to this. I still believe. It's like a pseudo mirror here, yeah, Tomoe. The package afterward will be all of this. All that aggro. Our opponent is conceding that our deck is a lot quicker. We may need to just concede here. They have 1, 2, and 3 artifacts. I don't have anything that can land and stay in place. So we're gonna go ahead and go to the next game without showing too much of this kind of card. I don't think we were getting there. Because nothing sticks, that's the problem. That's the problem. Alright, Stormbreath. I've played this matchup though. It's kind of an interesting one. We'll play Stormbreath, Damping Matrix, Spyglass, and Eidolons, along with Chain Whirlers. If they're strictly Silver Moon, then these cards are Slagstorm and Sweltering Suns is not going to matter, and nor is Bridge. So we're going to go ahead and pull these out. The other card that doesn't matter in this matchup is Blood Moon. So with this being the idea here, yeah, and they just said in chat that they're Silver Moon, so we're not going to even worry about having too much here. So I've played the mirror, and I've mulled to 4, and I've won. You want to Chalice on 0 if you can against Silver Moon, or you want a very explosive start. So we'll see if we find any of that. This is not very good, actually, so we're going to mulligan this. This does things, but not enough, so we'll mulligan. Alright, this is perfect. We will scry that beautiful land, and we'll be off to the races here. You're gonna see why I don't think Silver Moon's very good. In the mirror, please. We'll keep this scry that land to the top. Perfect. It is not exact land that we want, but it'll do. It'll do. Alright. Chalice on 0. Good luck, my Silver Moon. Good luck. They just don't do a whole lot. Yeah, see? Nothing to play here. We could play a Chalice on 1. They don't have a whole lot that's on 1. But we don't either. So let's just run a Chalice out on 1. That's fine. 0 and 1. This is fine. It's whatever. Our opponent plays a Chalice on 1 as well. We're just gonna get in with Mutavault. We have nothing else going on here, unfortunately, this turn. Damping's kind of fun here. So we'll see if we can get that down. I would really like something that helps Rabblemaster out here. Blood Moon. Oh, alright. That, like, helps and hurts us. We'll play Rabblemaster first, then we'll follow it up with Eidolon. It's interesting they kept Blood Moon in. Here's a perfect example of why I don't think this deck has a lot of options here. The Blood Moon just doesn't do a whole lot. What's probably going to happen here is they're going to probably empty their hands for bridge. Alright, they can't quite empty it, so that's fine. We'll Eidolon here, and at this point we should win the game. We have an Abrade to get rid of the bridge, and they have to cast a million things in order to get low. So we should be fine here. We'll stack those. Take 2, Mox Opal. Blood Moons. Goes to 7. They gotta continue casting things or they die here. They die. Okay. Swing. It's a lot of damage. How often have you ever abraded an opponent's bridge with this deck? When Lantern was big, quite a few times. And I'm not gonna jinx it, so I'll talk about this deck after this round. Chalice is not as good anymore, however, it's still fine to keep in. To put it on 0 or 2 here, our opponent is basically our version of the deck. They don't have a lot of 1-drops. We humored them by placing a Chalice on 1. They humored us by placing a Chalice on 1 as well. We're much more explosive than the deck. So this is like a pseudo mirror, but I think we're better suited. I believe our opponent should try to take Blood Moon out and play something else than Blood Moon. Damping Sphere is kind of interesting and could be used in this match, only on the idea that they can't just run a lot of things out with rituals due to it. But it's not worth a spot here, nor is Blood Moon, obviously. And that's where I think our opponent should try to put something else in the deck other than a Blood Moon. What? I don't know. The guy at my store actually didn't like the speed of Silver Moon. He ended up actually adding a Rabblemaster. And at that point I just asked him, why aren't you playing my deck? Why are you playing Silver Moon? Alright, we're going to keep this. This is fine hand. Chalice on 0 is still fine here, and the Abrade's really good to have. Chandra is a clock as well. Double Chain Whirler. Here we go! I mean, Chain Whirler is not very good in this matchup unless they have modified the deck to contain Rabblemaster. No turn 0 plays. That's really good. We'll go ahead and Chalice on 0. You always want to lead them all out, even if you can't turn your Mox Opal on. There's a Chalice on 1. We're not worried about that. It does not hit a single card in our deck. Alright, Scab Clan's next here. Hopefully we can get that in and get in for damage. That's a hope. This may be a Chandra. It's a Blood Moon. See, and they're just not doing anything, chat. This card's legit too. We're so far ahead of our opponent now. It just doesn't do anything. And we have an Abrade for their construct they're about to play off Karn. I just tuned in. I have no idea what our opponent is playing. They're playing Silver Moon. Opponent chalices for 0 and takes 2. This is going to be a bridge, chat. This is going to be a bridge. Then our Scabby can't attack. Oh, it's a Blood Moon. Alright. Maybe they're thinking they're going to play bridge next turn. It's Silver Moon. We're going to jam Chandra out here, do 2 damage, and hit him for 3. Take them to 9? Let me ask the opponent, do you have anything else other than blood? It is a dead card. Our opponent says they needed to take out the Blood Moon. I'll go ahead and say right now that I've actually never lost the mirror, which is pretty cool. And I'll consider this a partial mirror. Our opponent's like, I haven't encountered the Chalice on 0 problem before. It's game 3. It's game 3. I've never lost them, I guess, the match. I've definitely lost a round against them. Ouch. We're having a good chat with my opponent. I think our opponent's learning. Don't harm the opponent. They're learning. I appreciate them bringing a red prison deck to the leagues, chat. This is a fellow mountain folk person. I have a lot of answers right now. This is not sticking around, chat. Oh my gosh, let's collective defiance this. This is gonna be great. You ready, chat? Woohoo! Oh my gosh. Alright. Boop. Nope. Let's escalate everything here. I'm just gonna go all in here on this. Because I want to. Target player discards all cards in hands. We're gonna do that. Deal 4 damage to creature, and we're actually gonna hit this planeswalker over here. Gonna show off the spice that is collective defiance. And then we're gonna redraw 3 here. We're hitting them for 3, and Chandra's lethal anyway, so don't worry, it's not a punt. Inserting welding jar here. There is not getting inserted. Alright. There you go, opponent. Good luck. 1 card in hand. Could be, actually, I have no idea. Just draw go now? We got to, like, look at 3 new cards. GG's. Alright, I'm going to grab the Discord for this person. I think this link still works. Oh my gosh. It's lagging. All right. I'm not playing Sarkons right now. While we have 28 seconds, Eidolons, Chain Whirler, Storm Breath are kind of aggro. Angers, Damping Sorcerers, Torpor Orbs, Damping Matrix. We're trying Collective Defiance right now. We have double Slag, Sweltering, 2 Scab Clans, and 2 Pias. That's kind of the flex spots today. It says expired. Okay. Okay. Ugh. Redo link. I don't know how to make it so the link doesn't just die. Hold on. Let me get a new link here. Invite people. That's not it. Never expires. No limit. Generate. Copy. Nightbot, you're getting an update. Commands. Discord. Edit. Blah. That's supposed to never expire, chat. Never expire. I bet it expires in a day. Alright, yes, we'd love to play first. Ooh, this is not a keepable hand against an unknown opponent, so we're going to mulligan this. This is really bad. Alright, hitting our variants here. Alright, we'll keep this. We'll bottom that. We don't know if that's a good idea to have that card. We're going to hope they're on, like, something that cares about Chalice on 1. This deck cares about Chalice on 1. Alright, perfect. We'll throw a Chalice on 1. Luckily, we can clear the board here. Oh, we're going to clear it with Slagstorm here, probably. Perfect. Alright. We're going to clear it with Slagstorm. We were going to take 2 anyway from the Eidolon, so it's good to do this now. We're leaving Sweltering in the hand in case we want to cycle this, which is probably what we do if we have no action here. Chalice on 2 is actually going to be the play instead. This should lock our opponent out to the playset of Rift Bolts in their deck. Opponent concedes. All right. That was fun, chat. If you blinked, you just missed what happened. I'm sorry. It happens. Don't blink next time. Don't blink. Alright, Blood Moon is still good. I kind of sometimes leave the playset in. I'll pull one out this time around. We're looking for Chalice and Blood Moon. We bring in Eidolons and a couple Angers. We take out... Yeah, this is a keep. Slam dunk keep. They're going to have things that remove artifacts now. It's just kind of awkward to play them. We'll get rid of one of these mountains. We actually don't need them. We don't need them. Rift Bolt is exiled here. We'll actually give them the option to kill this Eidolon here. It's 3 to the Eidolon, not to us. They shoot the Eidolon. That's fine. Alright. We're going to go ahead and try a Blood Moon here. They could have the way to kill this. We'll see. They fetch the green mana. They tap green. Alright. So it looks like they have the way to get rid of Blood Moon. Unfortunate for us. They don't have white now. So it's like a pseudo Blood Moon. Think about that, chat. They don't have white. Think about it. Hard casts Rift Bolt. Opponent has nothing to do here. Oh my gosh, we have done this incorrectly. Punts are good, chat. Yeah, it's pseudo Blood Moon. I want this on 2. I want this on 2. Yeah, that's a punt. You can punt that. Punt away, chat. It probably won't matter, but I want this on 2. I didn't want to have to cast Simian Spirit Guide here. We're gonna put it on 2, mainly because we don't have Blood Moon, and if we get a Blood Moon, we can shut a lot of stuff off. Also, post-board, a lot of things are on 2. We don't really want them playing Eidolons. I really don't care about, like... I don't care about the rest of the Rift Bolts, and I don't care about the Lightning Bolts that they have, and the Goblins, and so on and so forth. Happens just online. Well, if you were to play it in paper as well, you don't have an option to react. We're gonna just cast Desperate Ritual here to get it out of hand. When do lists want to be running Koth in the main? When it's not imperative to protect your Planeswalkers in the meta. These are awful cards. We're drawing amazing. We have shut down all Helixes and all that good stuff. We've also shut down all of our versions of this card as well. So if the meta goes to a lot of like kind of control-y kind of things, then you consider it. Collective Defiance wouldn't be bad here, actually. That'll be the last mountain we play. We'll hold the rest for Collective Defiances. Oh gosh. Notice that our opponent can't play anything because everything's on 2. We'll hold that. What matchups does he shine best in? He shines best in control matchups. Oh gosh, what is this? This is miserable. Oh gosh, it's Goblin Guide. Goblin Guide will kill us. We need something that kills him. Blood Moon is not it. Although I don't mind playing a Blood Moon out. We'll play this land so that we can play something after Collective Defiance. Looks like Goblin Guide's gonna kill us here. We would have been dead a lot longer ago. Just keep that in mind. Exquisite Firecraft. Alright. So Chalice on 2 was not enough. However, we would have probably died way earlier. We did draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards that really weren't going to do a whole lot to us. Alright. Game 3. Let's do it. But really talking about Koth, I think the problem is there's a lot of decks that kill in turn 4. There's a lot of decks that have creatures. And so Koth ends up becoming a 2-turn clock. There's just so much in the meta right now that has ETB effects and ways with... So KCI, for example, being popular means that everyone's going to pack artifact removal. And when Affinity's popular, again, artifact removal's in place. So in order to get the 2 cards you need, which is Bridge and Koth, it's really difficult. And then if you're not in a meta where you don't need to worry about that, then you just need to worry about creatures that can attack Koth. When Bolt became popular again, Bolt was bad for Koth, so... all of these cards are kind of like things to consider. We're going to mulligan this hand. It will die pretty quickly to our opponent. We will keep this. I don't know if I want to rush out the Scab Clan here. Thank you, Senpai. I wouldn't call myself Senpai, but... Alright, we're going to try the Scab Clan here. This is kind of like new territory against Burn. I don't think it's particularly good here. This just eats a Bolt. But if they have a creature, for example, then we're doing alright. Bolt just makes us look really dumb. Maybe they don't want to cast their Lava Spike. That's a bad idea. Maybe they're waiting to Helix. There it is. Alright, Bolt. Looks really stupid. Looks really stupid, chat. Luckily we're drawing lands. Maybe they'll play 2 creatures here and we'll draw a mountain. Guide and Swift Spear. Let's go. Goes and gets their green mana. By the way, they're at 13. I mean, that's not far from dead. Plays Eidolon here. Oh, we're either getting killed by this Eidolon here for 1 turn. Is it okay to take 2 here? Take 2, get greedy. Kirk for a day. Thank you for the Prime subscription, man. Welcome to the Wolf Pack. Let's get some howls in there from our subscription-based folks. Our Wolf Pack for Kirk for a day. Thank you so much. By the way, the Burrito Wizard, you're the first person to call me Senpai. I think this greed is worth it because if they want to cast anything, they take damage as well. And getting them closer to 0 is always welcome. Thank you, though, for the support. It is duly noted. There's a Rift Bolt. Alright, we'll cast this. We'll take our extra 2 here. I understand. Okay, whatever you say, man. Alright, so we took an extra 2 damage we didn't need to necessarily here. Our opponent fetch shocks and then Boros Charms us, Skull Cracks us, Rift Bolts us after this. Okay, we're going to 10. 10 all, chat. And Grim Lavamancer here, and a Rift Bolt. A way to remove this would be good here. I don't really want to remove it with Chandra with a Rift Bolt on the stack. The other thing we could do here, and this is kind of an interesting move, but we can play Chandra. Let's play Chandra. Let's tick up and use Scavenger Grounds here. And clear the graveyard here. I don't mind trying this out. They can Rift Bolt, Bloodstain Mire, and kill Chandra here. But then they put like 5 damage into Chandra here. Your list has won me enough store credit the past weeks. It's the least I can do. Sweet. What'd you get with your greatness and your store credit? Did you get something cool, or is it just letting you get into another round and another round? It's really cool. Your store gives you some store credit, by the way. All right, all of this effort, and Chandra's dead. I'm actually kind of okay with this, because now any top deck removal is good here. We'll hold Mountain like we got something crazy in hand. Boros Charm, that's really bad for us. Bolts. Eidolon's really bad for us too. We're gonna go to 5 here. Now removal takes us to 3. Oh, I think we're gonna lose against Burn here, chat. Burn. I guess one thing that's cool about losing in the second match here is that we don't have to worry about being blown out by that 4-1. Our opponent plays an Eidolon. Okay. Let's entertain this. And let's put them to 5. And let's see what they do. Let's entertain it. Ta-da. Look, you're at 5, opponent. Don't swing, cast 2 spells, you know. I generally let the credit just stack up until I need a place set of something. Nice. That is the way to go. That is the way to go. Do people like playing against you at the store? I do have to ask. Or do they sit across from you and are like, ah, it's Blood Moon Guy. I can't stand Blood Moon Guy. If Blood Moon Guy would just not show up to FNM today, I'd be really happy. The past week I found a reason to leave some bridges in against Burn in games 3. Game 2, I got smashed by Core Firewalker. I had no answers. And that is why you have PA and Kieran, and that is why you have Walking Ballista. You can also Chandra emblem them away, but I hear you. I hear you. There's arguments to be playing Kozilek's Return. I think that's a not very good idea. Yeah. Bridge can definitely be played. It's just a target. Usually you can't get your hand low enough to get down to 1 or 2 fast enough, and that's why we suggest taking it out. But if you found that in your meta, hey, this works and this is what I need to do, that's what you do then. Chalice is disappearing here. We're going to be playing with 2 lands, a Braid, and PA Kieran Alar. Playing against Mardu. We made a remark earlier today that Mardu is not too bad, so we're going to see if that plays out. Collective Defiance is actually becoming an all-star against our lovely Mardu players. Faithless Looting from our opponent. I'm going to go ahead and F6. They're not playing a creature here, so I doubt we'll be needing to cast this a Braid. Alright, I'm unyielding because I don't know what they're doing. I've been drawing spectators every round ever since I dropped to turn 1 Eidolon into turn 2 Scab Clan against Storm. People wanted to watch the crazy turn 1 or 2 plays that Zach puts out. Heck yeah. There are some solid plays. Our opponent Thought Seizes us. They're going to read this card, so this Thought Seize is going to take like 10 more seconds than normal. I draw crowds when I drop like Chandra on turn 1. People really freak out. That's not normal. And I've mulled to 4 and dropped a Hazard on turn 1, hoping that I would just draw lands. It did not work out, by the way. If anyone was wondering. We're going to hold all this in hand. If they ever play a creature, we're good. They do have Lingering Souls here. Collective... Nope. Lingering Souls. There might be a case to just a Braid one of these. It's not a very good case, but maybe. We'll Braid one of these so I can attack with Mutavault. It's a really poor use of a Braid here, but we do get in for 2 here. Whoosh. Go Mutavault. Maybe they block, maybe they don't. We have a Collective Defiance to get rid of this other spirit. Maybe shake some stuff up here. The highlight this past time was hitting a turn 1 Chain Whirler against Infect when they led on Hierarch and didn't have a second land. Dang. Lulu, yeah, exactly. I gotta do what I gotta do. You know. It's very mediocre. It's very mediocre, to say the least. I'm probably going to hold this a Braid. We can race a Spirit if they want to play the race game here. Basically, by doing that a Braid, even though it's a 4th of a card, lets Mutavault get in, gives us something to do with Mutavault, and if they happen to just not do a whole lot, we can race it with Mutavault. We're not planning to. This Lightning Bolt's scary. This is scary too. Inquisitions. We'll allow them to decide what they want to take. I imagine they take Collective Defiance, which is fine. Our opponent does not have a lot of double black spells, so we're not going to worry about the Blood Moon, I think, here. And we're just going to play the I'm going to attack you, you attack me game. Do you find that Blood Moon is worth slamming on turn 2 against Mardu? I actually take all the Blood Moons out, so that would be a negative. You'll see how I play against this in a minute. Alright, this is kind of a problem here because they have Bedlam Reveler. I'm fine with running Mutavault into Bedlam Reveler and then using a Braid. What I'm not fine with is having a Bolt eat my Mutavault and then it doesn't matter. They have 2 cards. This could be Fatal Push or Lightning Bolt. I don't like either. I don't think we're winning, though, if we don't try this. We'll offer the trade. Going to attacks makes me think they don't have it. Sweet. Alright. We're like really far behind in this matchup, but I think it's giving us the best chance here. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and slam the Blood Moon if I don't get anything here. This Inquisition can take a Blood Moon. That's fine. Young Pyro plus Inquisition would be better. Oh, Manamorphose. All right. But yeah, I mean, if you want to protect your hand and they are not representing a swamp, that would be a reason to play Blood Moon. But I just wouldn't rush out a Blood Moon. You have better plays like Chandra to ramp out. Alright. Like even here. So like they could have Lingering Souls. It's a bit unlikely because they have they haven't really exactly been playing towards it. I mean, there's a reason to play Blood Moon here if we think they picked off a Lingering Souls and that Sacred Foundry off their Faithless Looting. I'm inclined to think no. They probably also have other discard. We'll allow them to have both sides of this if they lucked out on Sacred plus that. Our opponent did let us go to combat, which is nice. We get our Goblin token. This little trick here doesn't really happen in paper as much. The one way you could argue getting it in paper, and this would be kind of maybe a little bit of a jerk thing to do, but instead of saying I'm moving to combat, you have to declare your steps. So you go main, and then you say I'd like to move to beginning combat. By suggesting that, if they say yes, or they kind of nod or agree, then you just point to Rabble Master and you say trigger, because you're triggering. And if they're like, whoa, 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 I want to do this before this happens, you know, and I wouldn't do this in FNM, but like an REL or like a GP, you would have an argument to your judge that you indicated you're moving to the next phase. Scab Clan doesn't do a whole lot here. We're going to go ahead and play Blood Moon in case they do draw this Lingering Souls. It's very unlikely that that's going to matter. Just small nuances. When I play in paper, I actually declare almost every step. I've had a couple people tell me that annoys them. Ooh. Okay, terminate. This both swinging in here is going to be nice because we can play Scab Clan here. That being said, we're going to go to 8. 8 and then have 4 coming at us. I mean, I guess... we'll see. Well, Chalice on 1 would be better here, but I think to have a chance at this, we'll swing here. And we're going to hope that they don't have 2 answers here. They'll go to 9 themselves. They have 2 answers. Then, let's see here. 5, 6. So they can't just like play a bunch of spells and kill us. For 3, Kolgan's Command. We take 2, discard. They take 2. They have 4, 5, 6. We go to 6. Even the Chalice wouldn't have been good. We'll discard Blood Moon. Let's see what else they'd like to show us. They show us another Bedlam Reveler. This shows us a Fatal Push they have as well. This is like extra information that our opponent doesn't need to be showing us. And extra bolts. So they're running a bunch of bolts. I mean, this is pretty common knowledge, but playing it out like this, they just showed us 2 extra cards they didn't need. Alright, Angers, Chain Whirlers, Eidolons come in. Torp Orb's always kind of like a question mark here. Rituals come out, Blood Moons come out. So that's 8 cards. And we actually take 2 bridges out because we're bringing in Storm Breaths. If we wanted to, we could probably bring the Torp Orb in. Torp Orb kind of gets hit just the same as Bridge does, though. Last time I played both of the bridges, you know what? I'll take 1 Anger out this time around and play 1 Torp Orb. Our opponent seems to like their Bedlam Revelers, wanting to show them all off at the end. So we'll humor that. Collective Defiance is proving to be good, though, in this matchup. We actually entertained getting rid of their hand, thinking they had Bedlam Revelers last league. Would you like to play first? Absolutely. Well, this is kind of interesting. We can play a Chalice on 1, followed up with an Eidolon if we draw a Mountain. If we don't draw a Mountain, we can follow up with Torp Orb. It's not very good, nor is it very proactive. To protect our hand, though, we'll go ahead and Chalice here. This should protect us. And then if they're Faithless Looting heavy, looking to, hey, I'm going to like play both of these Faithless Lootings, then we really slow down our opponent. Ideally, it's Eidolon next, but Torp Orb's a fine backup here. Eidolon it is, chat. Eidolon into Rabblemaster into Torp Orb. The reason Torp Orb doesn't need to show up for a while is because, well, they're not playing Bedlam Reveler anytime soon. This is kind of nice, though, because eventually opponents start dumping stuff to Chalice, and now they're going to take damage. Just like this. So they're dumping this so they can get their Bedlam Reveler online. We're in like an extremely good position right now. And they'll dump something else. They're going to take another 2. So we've done 4 here. We'll play our Mutavault because I believe Mutavault plus Rabblemaster should be lethal next turn. Terminate's kind of annoying here, but now they have to terminate Rabblemaster instead of Eidolon because they're going to be dead faster. So we have the win on board. They have to deal with it. A K command's kind of annoying, but maybe not that annoying. So if they don't do anything, we sit in for 2, 3. Ooh. All right. That doesn't do it for them, or doesn't do it for us. We can't boot up Mutavault here. Well, no, this is non-land permanent. So this is where our opponent has to do this before we attack. If they do it after the goblins attack, this is a different trigger. They can do it in response to this trigger as well. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and just boot up and move to combat. Make a token. They need to do it now. Good on them. We're still getting to do quite a bit here. Attack with everything. I think we still kind of make it so they can't do a whole lot here. They go to 4. We're going to jam Torp Orb out here and pass the turn. So they have to deal with 2 creatures. They have to deal with Mutavault. Now they're dead on board. Faithless Looting doesn't do anything for them. Alright. Engineer Explosives is an interesting one. Seeing that, we're going to bring in a Spyglass. We would entertain Dampening Matrix. We can also entertain if we have multiple Chalices to put 1 on 0, 1 on 1. I will want to bring one of these in. I think Spyglass is fine to bring in. We can go down probably 1 more Anger here. We'll do that. I don't think I want both here. Spyglass we're going to bring in because it peaks at the hand. It's cheaper. If we end up getting like the Chalice Lottery, we'll be on 0, 1, 2. Then we won't be able to play it. but it'll be alright. Let's see here. This is a fabulous hand. We're going to keep it. It could get Thought Seized or Inquisitioned away. They take Eidolon if they do that. They might also Faithless Looting here. We'll see. Inquisitions. So Eidolon should disappear here. Chain Whirler is fine as a turn 2, 3, 4 against all their tokens. They may have an answer to Eidolon. They may take Chain Whirler here, but I think it's going to be Eidolon. Eidolon kind of ruined them last time. They could also take Simian Spirit Guide to slow us down. But I think that's a waste. I think that's a waste, chat. Opponent's giving it a good thought, though. Collective Defiance was taken. Huh. Alright, because we got another Eidolon, we're definitely jamming Eidolons here. I imagine they have some way to get rid of this. They're going to bolt it and then take something here. If they have no way to get rid of this turn and are playing to like in 2 turns, they're going to take a lot of damage. Shocks and terminates it. Tears it. Alright. 4 damage to get rid of it. What, a Thoughtseize here? So we'll jam a Chalice on 1 here. It's really good to see after the Wear and Tear disappears here. This will protect Eidolon here. We'll get the Eidolon down next, hopefully. K-Command could show up here. They don't know about this extra Eidolon here. If K-Command shows up, we'll get rid of Abrade. I imagine they would wait, though, to use K-Command. I kind of want to wait on this Eidolon for 1 turn because of the K-Command over there. It's tempting. It's tempting, but I guess it's another 2 damage, so we'll just play it. I guess it makes it so they don't make us discard here with K-Command. Sweet. Alright. Mardu Pyromancer. Just try to run them out of threats. Constantly playing things. What do they do here? Young Pyro plus a Thoughtseize or Inquisition would be their best play. They get 1 token, we kill the Pyromancer. Young Pyro plus Bolt. Collective Brutality is not a card they want to be playing here. Down to 2 cards. We have 2 cards. We're going to wait 1 turn here for this Chain Whirler. There's the bolts that would have killed him. Lucky for us. I'm kind of tempted to... Well, if this is a Thoughtseize, it's a Thoughtseize. If it's a Young Pyro, we feel really good here. Bedlam Reveler, we don't feel very good here. We have ways to kill this, though. There's that card that we said they like a lot. We have 2 bridges. Not that we want to be waiting on bridge here. Opponent fetches. Thoughtseize is now to get rid of Chain Whirler. They probably were thinking we might have another card here. I guess a Collective Defiance wouldn't be bad. Ooh, that's a good card. Alright. We'll play our land because now we need a land off the top. We'll hope they don't have discard. Thoughtseize hitting Chain Whirler was pretty bad, but here it feels really good now. Opponent Faithless Lootings. It's going to make Bedlam Reveler 4/5. Might find Thoughtseize. They don't. Alright, land please. Land or Ritual here, please. 1 time. Alright, PN Kieran's not bad. We'll play Pierinkurin. Getting some Thopters. That might have actually been like the second best draw over a land there. Buys us enough time to hopefully find a land here. If they're not careful, we'll just swing in and start throwing Thopters at their face. Terminates Pierinkurin. Alright. Here we will block in the event that they attack. We need to buy ourselves time to find our land. Terminate's also great to see going into Pierinkurin, because that's one less Terminate towards Storm Breath here. Lingering Souls is fine for us to see here. Storm Breath, come on, land. Alright. Chain Whirler's fine here. Continues to buy us time. We're actually not going to attack in again so that this Thopter can block if he wants to attack. Looking for a land. That is a small thing to ask from our deck. Don't make me discard, please. Lightning Bolts or Chain Whirler. It's 3 damage not coming to face here. We will block. We have 2 turns with Storm Breath if we can get him down. That's why we're blocking. Please land, please land, please land. Yeah, all right. Let's jam big boy dragon. Stormy. Worst card they could have is a Terminate here. We'll see if they have it. And we'll F6 to their turn. They either have Terminate or Bust here. Terminate or Bust. Oh my gosh, it's Dreadbore. Oh my gosh. They had the other card that works. They're at 3. Collective Defiance off the top wins it. Slagstorm off the top wins it. I have Slagstorm in, right? I do. Terminate-ish. Exactly. Alright, get hit for 5 here. 2 turns to find answers here. Mutavault's kind of interesting. It can block. We can choose to be defensive with Mutavault, or we can choose to be offensive with Mutavault. Offensive would give us... Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. It would give us a potential kill with a Chandra. 1, 2, 3, 4. It would not with Pierinkurin. Oh gosh, what are they doing here? Alright, Faithless, Faithless. This makes this 5. Okay, so we actually just used Mutavault to attack next turn, because blocking here, if they have Bolt, it kills us anyway. We're at 1. I guess a Fatal Push kills. Fatal Push kills us, Bolt kills us, so we just allow this to hit us, giving us 4 extra outs to win. Okay, well they had it anyway. They had it anyway. So we would have attacked and then Chandra'd if we drew it. It was a land. Scab Clan. So we weren't getting there anytime soon. That's a shame. They had the Dreadbore. They had the Dreadbore. If we would have drawn the land a little earlier, it's very possible. Well, no, because we have Pierinkurin get terminated. It was close. Opponent found everything they needed. Right on time. Alright. 1 and 2 in this league. Going from the 4-1 to 1 and 2 here. By the way, this will probably be the last league for the night. The wife is not feeling very well. I'm going to go make sure she's okay. Go run to the pharmacy if I need to get her some medicine as well. So just a heads up. Pyrolist, Pyromancer feels bad. It does. All right, unknown opponent. We have a Chalice redundant. We have a Blood Moon. No lands though, so we're gonna mulligan this. Oh gosh, mulligan this. Oh gosh, mulligan this. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, chat. Oh gosh. Keep. Bottom. We're basically going to game 2 here. I just want to see what they are. All right. They are Grixis Death Shadow. We can play against this. All right. That is all we needed. Let's see here. Quite honestly, this is about all we need is the Eidolons here. I think I left in like Sweltering last time. All right. So our opponent has no idea. We didn't give them any information. We might be some weird, super fast combo deck. So we'll keep this. We're going to put Chalice on 1 and ride it out now that we know our opponent is a Grixis Death Shadow list. And we might get a quick concession from them. We'll see. We'll see. We need some running lands here. You like that one, opponent? They should go fetch a basic. They don't. They shock. They Serum Visions. They have Gurmag Angler in hand. So we're hoping for running lands here. We don't hit them, though. They have Gurmag Angler in hand. Bridge is going to be good here. Blood Moon would be best. But we'll take what we get. Yeah, she came home and just wasn't feeling very good, so we're going to go take care of her. Ditching cards. They're not quite there. They need one more card in the bin here. So we need a land. Not hitting lands is really hurting us at the moment. Runner, land, and we're pretty well off to the races. We probably Blood Moon first, because at this point we're not going to be high enough. Blood Moon doesn't matter anymore. We'll bridge first. Hey, look, fish. You showed up. Land, please. There we go. Land number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So even if we land here, we bridge, but we can finally get rid of some stuff. We're going to 15. All right, so what ends up happening here is we actually have to like play Rabblemaster first. And we do this because we need a blocker at this point. So that's the idea. We plan to block. We apparently aren't going to draw our next land here. So if they have a Team or Battle Rage, we just lose. I think I'll get rid of Chandra here. Don't have Team or Battle Rage, please. Alright. Opponent's got it. We had to mull all the way down to, like, no cards first time around. If we would have drawn our extra land, we'd be fine here, which apparently we weren't going to for another 4 turns. Alright, let's practice. This isn't very good, chat. We might play 1 or 2 Q games as well, since we're not doing so well in this league. This one's for fun. And then we'll call it a night and check on the wife and make sure everything's okay. Beaten by Moto. I guess we could have kept 1 or 2 of those hands. I mean, they would have thought... So the first hand, they would have thought seized away the Chalice. We were on 1 land as well. We went to like 5 lands. Which was what? 2 gemstones, 2 lands like... Simian Spirit Guide and Ritual. That's not going to beat, like, hardly anything. We did end up not getting... Once you get down to, like, 5, 4, and 3, you kind of need to just accept that you're going to get a couple lands. Look at this. This is really bad, too. Alright, we'll keep this. Our opponent's 0-2. We're 1 and 3. Hidden Chalice on top's kind of nice. And we'll see how well this Collective Defiance helps us out here. Uh-oh. Chromatic Star. Alright, so we're against KCI. This will be a great practice for us. Chalice is fine here. And we're actually okay to play Blood Moon right after this. One part of playing this deck is naming what you're playing against pretty quickly. That'll help you with your game plan. If you have, like, options. Like here, if we get Rabblemaster, we're playing Rabblemaster over Blood Moon. But if we get something else, you know, then maybe we're looking at using Collective Defiance to find answers. We need a Scab Clan. That would be probably the best draw. There's the reason we would play Blood Moon. Engineered on 0. That's a reason to play Chalice on 0. KCI always seems to have it, chat. Always seems to have it. Alright, we're going to wait here. In the event that they do something with Chromatic Star here, maybe we crack a Braid here. It's kind of interesting. I have a feeling they're just cracking this, though. Alright. I'm going to hold a Braid up, though, for one turn here. Alright, so let's see what we can do with our opponent here. Ancient Stirrings is going to tell us a little bit more about their hand. Chromatic Sphere, not too worried about that one. Okay, Ancient Stirrings again. A Mind Stone here. I think I'm going to be Blood Mooning. Let's shut off these two cards. They're annoying. Nope, 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 nope. I don't want to do that. Blood Moon. Alright. I guess there's a case to playing Ritual into Blood Moon so that we have a Braid open. Maybe. I don't think it's going to matter too much here. We'll see. There's Ichor Wellspring, the Metamorphose of KCI, if you were ever wondering. And that Mind Stone. Alright. So they have 5 mana here. Things get really awkward. I'm almost tempted to make them, like, discard and stuff. Let's get rid of Mind Stone. That draws them a card. Does some weird things here. They can make 1 mana. Not sure what they're going to do with it. If we don't draw anything here, we'll probably use Collective Defiance to shuffle our hand away and see if we can find something. It's not a very good use of Collective Defiance, though. If they play a creature here, it'd be great. Crack Clan Ironworks. So this is a good practice for us. I think if they play Scrap Trawler here, we're in okay shape here. Alright. Let's see how far this goes. They can go get Engineered Explosives back here to get more mana. And they're going to draw with Chromatic Star. The hope here is that they don't just, like, have something on 2 or 3 here. Because that's where they can then go off. They have Spell Bomb. I don't think they can go off here. Alright, so if they were to sack this and this, they get a lot of stuff back, right? Let's make them discard here. Because if we're doing it on ourselves, we're not really doing a whole lot. This way, if they get stuff back... No. We need to do this. They're gonna get a bunch of stuff back here, though. We'll do it to ourselves here. We'll see what happens. It's really hard for us to break up their combo once they have it. They get something back here. It looks like a star. We have Sweltering Suns. Can kill something if they play it again. Now they're going to get to untap with all goodness here. 5 mana. Ancient Stirrings again. Oh, Ancient Stirrings. Terrarian. They're probably going to play that. Yep. Ichor Wellspring, the Manamorphose. Ichor Wellspring. Terrarian. They don't have Scrap Trawler yet. And if by chance they kind of run out of mana and then play it, we have Sweltering Suns to clear it. A Braid wouldn't be bad here. Get rid of this Crack Clan Ironworks. Their Blood Moon's not what we need. We'll play Bridge here in case they try to do the Emrakul trick. If they find like Emrakul before they find a, something else. We'll F6 again. Deck's pretty resilient, to say the least. Mirror Retriever, it's a little bit of a problem. Gets back Scrap Trawler. Doesn't KCI play either Spellbomb or Emrakul and not both? On Moto, they'll play both. They'll play both because sometimes it's a little harder to do the loop. So Spellbomb's here. They just need to prove they have the loop here. Which I believe they're close to it. A double Scrap Clan should do it here. Yeah, Spellbomb drains time. I just need to... I will concede as soon as I see them put Spellbomb out once, and then recur it once and hit me twice. I'll concede to that. I just need to have my opponent show me that that's how they understand the deck. Because right now they're just playing a bunch of stuff and just getting one thing back at a time. They also don't have a Mox Opal yet. I'm not trying to be a jerk here. I'm just trying to... I'm waiting for them to prove that they can recur Spellbomb twice. Because all they're doing is getting cards that draw right now. There's Mox Opal. Alright, things are starting to look good for them. They found their mana. Terrarian can get back Mox Opal, gain mana. They get Mox Opal plus Engineered Explosives now. Or 2 Engineered, so that's fine. They've cast nothing on 2 to recur Pyrite Spellbomb. This should do it. Gets Mirror Retriever. And Pyrite. Alright, they have the loop. They have the loop at that point. We're not killing them anyway in 2 turns. Cycle for Braid. Our opponent gives us a thanks for actually conceding there. I believe that's the correct thing to do on Magic Online if you want to be a better Magic player. I think that's what you're supposed to do. You got to give them the opportunity to do their thing. All right, so we have Damping Sphere actually now, which is kind of cool. We're going to bring Damping Matrix to shut off Spell Bomb and to shut off Engineered Explosive, so that'll be the hope here. Spyglass is probably going to come in to shut off Engineered Explosive as well. So this is what we're going to do here. Chain Whirl is probably not where we want to be, and Storm Breath is a maybe. So we have this kind of prioritization here. It's Eidolons, Damping, Damping, and then Spyglass here. We're going to take Bridge out here. We're going to assume they're not playing the Emrakul package. Sweltering Slag Storms are doing nothing here. What would this card do? Fills our graveyard with a bunch of stuff. I don't think Collective Defiance is where we want to be here. That's the 8 we would need. Blood Moons are fine here. Turns off a lot of their lands. This gets us 8. I'm tempted to just like pitch one Chandra here and play a Storm Breath. More because Storm Breath actually can hit for more than a Chandra can. Braids are fine. Chalice, Eidolon, Scabs are fine. Rabble Master's a quick clock. We'll go with that. I would love to play first. This hand is like nuts if these were 2 mountains. I am minimum 2 mountains away from doing anything. That takes too long. Wow, this is like a great hand too. Alright, we're gonna mulligan this. Alright, turn 1 Eidolon here. Oh, we need a really good card off the top here. Turn 1 Eidolon's not very good if they have the Nature's Claim. But it is one of our hate cards for this. I guess we'll go for it. We'll bottom this. Alright. Turn 1 Eidolon. Good luck, opponent. Do you have that green 1-mana blow-up enchantment spell? Our opponent says yikes. I'm guessing they don't. Thank goodness. Please don't top deck it. Terrarian. Sweet. Alright. What are we looking for? Another Eidolon into Scab Clan would be funny. Alright. Well, we can ritual something out here. Not that we're going to. Alright. Down to 16. We'll see what our opponent's got for us. Grove. Cracking Terrarian. Makes green and red here. They're going to play something here. Spell Bomb. Why? Why does KCI always have it? Alright, we need another good card off the top. He's back. Alright, Eidolon's back. I guess a Storm Breath off the top wouldn't be a bad thing. Please, opponent, do not have anything that's going to ruin our day here. Well, Spring goes to 12. We're going to hit them for 2 here. Never didn't have it. Oh, careful. Careful, chat. Careful suggesting such things. Rabble Master's Scab Clan here would be fine. Engineer Explosives is a bad one to see here. We need Damping or... Ooh. Blood Moon is okay here. It may shut them off mana. We'll see. They have to have an artifact out. They have to have an artifact out plus Mox Opal here. They could also play a Chromatic Star or something like that. They'll take a 4 to do that, though. putting them to 4. It's close. Plays land. There's a star. Alright. So they have enough to do this. Put engineered on 2. Take 2. Go to 4. Just make sure they pick a different color than red. They can't crack this yet, though. That's one thing that's nice here. So they're going to fall a little further. A braid off the top would be fabulous. Damping, spyglass. Oh, I'm so sorry. Let's attack. My top deck. My top deck. This will force them to play something here. Unless they have something right here. Our opponent asked for the bolt. Spyglass. It's basically like bolt. We'll say, okay, I think I'll name engineer in thank you explosives. Not like this. Our opponent's a real good sport here. These are the type of players I don't mind playing against. You may choose your destiny. Our opponent chooses to end their own misery. Alright. Sending it back. We just got to have some sort of hand like that again. Our opponent gets to go first. And they do now have an idea of certain cards that we are playing. I'd hate showing them for the Spyglass, but I got to show them that I can beat them in that matchup. Alright. Alright, a braid's decent here, but it's really not doing a whole lot in this matchup. I think I have to mulligan this. We gotta be quick. Gotta get an answer down. So we'll mulligan this. Alright, we'll keep this. Scab Clan's perfect on top. We'll put that on top. We'll play Gemstone here. We're actually gonna pitch Chandra, weakest card. Oh no, play something. There you go. Good job, opponent. We're gonna play Scabby first, I think. Play Scabby into Damping. Scab's a little harder for our opponent to deal with. Mirror Retriever's a pain, though. Mox Opal, alright. We'll play Scabby, though. He's good, too! Followed by this will give us things on 2 and 3 as well, which is really good for us. This also doesn't take a natural state or naturalize or whatever the green card is, which is really good. And Pyrite Spellbomb doesn't kill it easily, so great card here. Damping's probably the next, but Rabblemaster is a close second if we draw a land here. Let's see what they want to do here. Mirror Retriever. Lightning Bolt. What kind of card is that, opponent? I think I have to put this on 1, even though they could have an engineered explosives. If they have the engineered explosives, they can put it on anything right now. So I think I want Chalice on 1. And I don't believe they can just outright kill me here. So we're going to throw Chalice on 1, followed by Damping Sphere, followed by Rabblemaster. I'm going to be close though, chap. That Bolt. I don't know many KCI players that are running Bolt, but please. Yeah, they have 3 cards in hand, so we're gonna take it easy here. They've had to commit a lot here. There's nothing in the graveyard as well for this to return. There's an argument to playing Rabblemaster right after this to get a clock on them. Very unlikely Damping Sphere is needed. They do have 4 mana though. The 5th mana does get them KCI shenanigans going. Maybe depends on what they play here. They attack. It's kind of interesting here. Crack Clan. Alright, Damping Sphere is coming down. I think I want Damping Sphere. I think I want this. There's too much crap that can happen here. We'll play Damping Sphere and then we'll see if Rabblemaster can finish it off from there. There's way too much that can happen here. Alright, opponent. Playing a good game of Magic here. Fair. We're past turn 4. Woo! Scrap Trawler. Alright. Something for red. Sacking Mox Opal. Things cost more now. Careful. Careful. Ah, alright. Something happened. Our Goblin token doesn't do a whole lot. It bounces off Scrap Trawler. We're hoping our Damping Sphere can go the distance here. We're not really going to attack with a whole lot with Rabblemaster here in tokens, unfortunately. Terrarian is countered. And now things cost more. Alright. Ruins is kind of an interesting card to draw here. I don't really have a reason to necessarily attack with Rabblemaster yet. He might trade Mirror Retriever here. Chooses not to. I'm probably looking for something for Damping Sphere, so we need to get a Chalice on 0, Damping Matrix, or Spyglass. We can't attack, obviously. Alright, so we're really just in top deck mode, as is our opponent. Probably the frustrating thing, though, is that they can use Wellspring and kind of draw a little faster than we can. Any lands we draw from here on out will hold for a Collective Defiance, so that we can recycle our hand. Actually, no, I took those out. I took Collective Defiances out, didn't I? Yes, I did. So I have no way to recycle my hand here. We'll F6. I don't think our Ruins activation is going to really make or break this. So we'll give our opponent opportunity here. I do really believe, though, Chalice on 0 would be the next play if we draw a Chalice. Let's see what our opponent's got, though. Another Scrap Trawler. I took out, like, all my other cards. We'll just take this. It's kind of awkward now. We need something here. Mox Opal. Another Rabblemaster is kind of an interesting draw here. It'll send our Rabblemaster in. But it'll make 2 tokens, which is kind of cool. In we go. At least it makes 1 Rabblemaster giant. Blocks with Scrap Trawler, gets a bajillion things back here. All kinds of triggers. And Chalice on 2 does shut off a lot. It also shuts off our Spyglass and our Eidolons and our Braids. You got a few triggers there, opponent. They got all this great stuff that they just got back into the hand, but it's not like they can play it all. It costs too much. Scrap Trawler again. Sphere doing work here. We'll allow this to hit us. Land is not very good here. I guess I'll let the 2 goblins attack here. We've definitely slowed our opponent down, but we're not drawing anything here. Storm Breath would be good. I guess a Blood Moon wouldn't be bad. I don't mind turning this off. Not with like Inventor's Fair that can show up, which would be a problem. Mind Stone. Now stuff costs extra. Continues to hit us for 3. We'll just allow this to resolve. Alright, so there's Chandra. So we'll play Chandra out here. I think it's worth ticking down getting rid of this Scrap Trawler here so that Rabblemaster can get in for a nice swing here. If they take the turn to send Scrap Trawler back at Chandra, that's fine. We're hoping to get in with enough that Ruins becomes kind of necessary. Because we have no intention to block here. Alright, take them to 8. Ichor Wellspring. That's a good one to start with. It means next spell will cost an extra point of mana. Not that they can't grab it. Nothing to get back because there's nothing that's 1 and 2. Or 1 and 0. What they probably... It's kind of weird, but they probably should have just sacked the Mox Opal, but then the Mox Opal doesn't cost free right now. See if they can find a line here. Mirror Retriever. That will block Rabblemaster. Ooh, they sack it. Okay. They get back a Scrap Trawler, looks like. Another Scrap Trawler. That'll block Rabblemaster, so now they can attack freely at Chandra. I mean, choose not to. This is interesting. They choose not to. So we can play our land here. I'm guessing I'm going to tick up. They block and block. We get in for 2. Puts them to 4. They're going to get a million triggers here. We can activate ruins, and then we have our other ruins. That's a kill. We have Chandra. That's a kill. Eidolon could be a kill. It's Mirror Retriever. They kind of have to kill Chandra here. Maybe it's correct to play Simeon's Spirit Guide there, so I have an attacker. That might be a slight punt. Yeah, I think if we played Simeon's Spirit Guide there, we'd win. Because then we can ruins. Oh, all right. Our opponent never found engineered explosives. We actually weren't going to find anything for 4 turns or so. But they have to get rid of Chandra there. Would have to get rid of Chandra there. Alright, well, we go 2-3 in that league, unfortunately. We did 4-1 in the first league and 2-3 in the other league. This is what we played tonight so far. I'm going to call it a little bit earlier than I normally do. We normally go to about midnight, but the wife's not feeling very good, so I'm going to make sure she's alright. Maybe get some rest, and I might need to go get her something either right now or early in the morning. Or I might make her something in the morning or something. So that's why we're going to go ahead and give it a call here. Apparently I only had 1 ruins. Maybe that's a mistake. So we're going to call it there. Let me see. I think Avaros is on, so we'll toss you people over there. I don't think Bruce Spy's on. It does not appear Bruce Spy's on. So we're going to cut it early. We're going to raid Avaros over here. I do appreciate you guys chilling with us. I do apologize for cutting it a little bit shorter tonight, but we're going to make sure people are feeling good. Real quick. Wow. Thanks for the 500 bits. Oh, football giveaway. Grab your football emotes, chat. Thank you so much, Triffin, for the bits. I do appreciate it very, very much. Thank you so much. We're going to send you over to Avaros real quick, though, chat. We stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday at about 6:45 p.m. Central Time. I stream a little later on Friday. I normally go a little later on Friday, assuming things are going fine here. So look for that. We did hit our follower goal. Down, 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 down. Look below. And so because we hit our follower goal, we are going to be doing something Monday. Is what we agreed on, because Friday was Friday Night Magic. So we're going to do something Monday. So if you're able to attend, I would recommend attending that. I think that's it, chat. I think that's it. I'll see you guys in Discord, MTG Salvation, over at Avaros' stream. All of the above, chat. If Avaros isn't playing a deck that you like, it would be appreciated that you do go over and give them a little hello prior to going on your way this evening. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And I think we will see you guys on Monday. Peace out, guys. Have a great weekend. See you then.